If you've been wanting to get your medical marijuana recommendation, it's never been easier through our partnership with buddocs.org.
Yep, Dr. Shanlate is awesome. He's seen, at this point, hundreds of
maybe even 1,000
listeners.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've gone to him many, many times. Sam just went to him a couple of days ago.
The great thing about Bud Docs is you only have to see or go in person your initial consultation,
Yep.
and after that, they do telemedicine. So your renewals are super easy. And by the way, we've got a promo code for you, BudLove50 for $50 off your initial consultation.
That's awesome.
That ends at the end of February, so you have a small window left, and you can save that $50. But also, if you're an existing patient, it's only $125, and if you're a transfer patient, it's $99. So if you see a current doctor, you want to transfer over to Dr.
And that's what I did.
Yeah,
I switched my doctor to Dr. Shanlate because he's just better. He also does a thing called Bud Deals, where he curates personally all of the best deals on the product across the state. So you don't really have to do much of anything except go to his website. You can go to buddocs.org/deals, look at all of it curated and updated daily, and you get the best deals on medical marijuana all across the state.
Yeah, multiple locations for that initial consultation: Lake Mary, Hunters Creek, Tampa, Melbourne.
He's a super nice guy. You'll like him. The number one thing I get is people email me and go like, just got out of the office, what a nice man. So hey, just if you're looking to investigate it, if something you've been curious about, go to him and talk to him. I mean, he's a no pressure guy, and he will tell you if it's right for you, if you're going to enjoy it, and he'll walk you down the path.
Oh, you'll enjoy it. buddocs.org.
There's something terrible happening in podcasting. Hardworking Americans just want fun. But time and time again, Tom Van has voted no on fun. In fact, his get-to-work policies are dangerous and downright despicable. Tom Van wants to cut funding to go-to shows. And if he has his way, Weird Job Wednesday will be expanded to include illegals and slam hogs. But Dan Dennis is different. With God and his family by his side, Dan wants to put term limits on bids and increase fun by 71%. He'll lower the cost of cabanas and hold big podcasters like Tom Van accountable. So call Castleberry and tell Tom Van we want our fun back.
Paid for in part by American Podcasters for Fun and Dan Dennis for Podcaster.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it is the Friday. Oh my God! Yeah! Wow. Fuck yeah! Yeah! Holy shit! Wow! You just blew me away. You look amazing. My God!
I heard we needed some feminine energy.
Oh my God! Brenda! You look amazing.
Thank you.
Wow, Brenda from Bifflo's here.
Bifflo's here, everybody. Oh my God.
Hey, bitches.
Well, welcome to the show. It is A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan and Brenda.
Yeah.
On a fun Friday. You smell good, too.
I know.
Wow, man.
I wasn't.
Having a lady. We don't normally have a lady in here. Well, no, we have Sam. Of course, no Sam.
Poor Sam.
No Sam today. But, I'm talking about, like, done to the nines, you know?
I'm thrown off because the show started with Daniel's negative political ad against me, which I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was mean. It was, you didn't deserve that.
By the way, if you're laughing at that, and it is ridiculous, is what real life is like.
Yeah. You couldn't hear my ad, could you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, you want to hear a little bit of it? Here, we'll play it again.
Yeah, play it again.
Because, like,
And I'll adjust my titties so
Okay,
they're not on.
Josh, your titties
What
look
are those
amazing.
titties?
Hold on, let me put them on the
They're Nerf balls.
Yeah, look at those titties. My God, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Like $1 million, man.
Are people saying nice things in the
Oh
chat?
yeah, without a doubt. It's all
All right,
caps
good.
though. All I can see is caps. It's like caps.
Well, that's
Everybody's-
Tracy. She does that anyway.
Everybody's freaking out. Okay, hold on. Let me get my political ad. I know how to do these so well. I did that's a one take Johnny, Tom, and I wrote one for you too. I just got to record it. Okay, here is my political ad against Tom.
Okay, I'm ready. What is this for? Are y'all running for something?
It's just because we want to play too. It's like
okay.
Because this is all going to happen. It's going to swirl around us, and it's all going to be bullshit, and it's bad on every side is bad. Everything is bad, and it's just going to be bad.
And
Okay.
By the way, let me remind you, this is Tom and Dan. Everything for nothing.
Yeah, this is John waste of time. Okay, here. This is what I spent a Monday on.
I can't wait.
There's something terrible happening in podcasting. Hardworking Americans just want fun. But time and time again, Tom Van has voted no on fun.
Oh, did you hear the rubber stamp?
Yeah.
You have to add the
Official.
rubber stamp. Yeah, you have to do that. I learned this from radio.
Fact,
I'm
his
flashing
get-to-work
panties
policies
at you.
are dangerous and
I was
downright despicable.
Yeah, did you hear the devil? You got to have you got to have that in there.
Tom Van wants to cut funding to go-to shows. And if he has his way, Weird Job Wednesday will be expanded to include illegals and slam hogs. But Dan Dennis is different. With God and his family by his side, Dan wants to put term limits on bids and increase fund by 71%. He'll lower the cost of cabanas and hold big podcasters like Tom Van accountable. So call Castleberry and tell Tom Van we want our fund back.
808, drop. You got to drop the
Paid for in
808.
part by American Podcasters.
You're real
Fund.
good at your job.
Yeah, you got to have the boom.
I'm
You gotta-
really impressed.
The 808 is to signify you knowing that the country is in trouble and that your stomach's sinking.
Yeah.
Gong.
Well,
I like it.
Daniel,
Are your balls dropping?
Oh, I have a gift for you, by the way.
You
It's
do?
Yeah, it's a pen where you can hide your weed in it and you can smoke it while you're writing stories.
Oh my God. Shut up.
Yeah. We're all over the place.
I absolutely need this.
Yeah. You put it up to the camera.
I almost brought a little paper joint because I wanted to smoke today.
You could smoke.
Every time I put this face on, I just feel myself needing to, smoke a whole bunch.
so how long does it take you?
That's a great question.
I feel bad.
This is the fastest I've ever done it.
Oh, really?
It took me 45 minutes.
Well, still.
Because I decided an hour ago that Brenda should make an appearance on the show.
Yeah, I know.
It looks, it is a fantastic, the makeup is flawless.
Take it in.
The makeup is flawless.
Take it in.
45 minutes, huh?
The makeup
Yeah.
part is something that even how confident I am, I could not learn to do in 2 weeks because I don't understand. Like it's more
It takes
art.
a while. I've been
It's
doing
an
it.
art.
Yeah, well, it is. I used to know how to face paint. I got taught how to face paint by Cirque du Soleil performers in my hometown.
Well, how the hell did that happen?
God, you have so many stories.
I do. Well, my mom used
Is this
to.
before you knew?
In Canada.
Okay, but is this were you out? Were you was it like?
Well, no, I think I was in my teens still.
Okay.
I wasn't out. I was definitely sleeping with old men for money.
Write that one down. Brenda, I don't know if you know this. Brendan is a person that we love very much on the show. But Brenda says it's tendency to share. Brenda came. That wig is filled with tails.
It is, and it all comes
so
out.
many tails in the wig.
I'm not a guarded person, but I feel like dresses make me want to share more.
It does, sleeping with old men for money.
Oh my God, dude! This is what you
It's
did.
a good way to make money.
No. Hold on a
Because they will
second.
pay. It's true.
You guys are having a thing here because this guy.
You slept with old men for money?
Well, he
No.
was in that Mustang at the Johnny's Burger.
No, come on.
There's a Johnny Burger. I told
If
you
I
that.
liked it, I would.
I told you that at the Lou Gardens at the Johnny's Burger Bash. This guy got in some old man's Mustang and sucked his dicks while they smoked
that's
weed.
nice.
No, I didn't.
Was it a big dick?
If old women,
dick.
if I could sleep with old women, I mean, obviously before I was married, but I would sleep with old women for money.
Brenda just
All
I
day
did
long.
that. I did that. That's how I did it first. I slept with women first for money.
But
two,
now they
two
don't-
English broads.
I remember you.
Yeah, that's right.
But that doesn't get offered
This isn't.
to the
Everyone
likes
thinks
of
I'm a
me.
big transvestite prostitute now. On
no. That's But no, you.
I've never
used-
done it like this.
You used to use the bear suit. Like no bear suit, then I don't think you'd have the same amount of comfortability of sharing as you have. Whereas I feel like the dress,
this is my
get-up-
bear suit.
I mean, in a weird way. I mean, it does make it easier. I like being dressed up. When I'm dressed in a character, when I'm Turtle Man or Gag Man or something, like I act crazy. It's
Yeah,
just,
things happen.
It is free.
I haven't seen
like when tribal people would put on a mask
Yeah.
and they'd like reenact like they become
murder.
that creature.
Yeah.
Reenact a murder.
Well, like the ceremonial, like they do a ceremonial fight, and like you pretend to
or like
stab,
those
and it's-
African dances when they just spin a whole bunch and they're wearing like this wooden mask of like some like weird African god, and, and like they become that person. I feel like there's
Tom about that. His wife collects African art.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Colonialism,
Just like OJ.
Yeah.
Just like you've had a lot of similarities. There's so many similarities between Tom and OJ. In fact, when we come back, the next segment, I'm gonna
He does have a sense of humor because I have friends. He was dressed as the LAPD for Halloween.
True story.
Like 5 years after the whole shit.
Yeah, it was like way too early.
Like
still things happening, and he's got the outfit on.
I love it.
Like Crystal's family was friends with OJ's like daughter or something. Like, and he lives in Miami, and like they went to a Halloween like party or whatever, and OJ answered the door. Dressed as like the goddamn police.
Yeah, I can't. No, I can't. It's too much.
So weird. People are just weird.
So what were you saying, Brenda?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna float around today.
Something about dick.
Yeah, we're gonna be floating around today.
Oh,
What were we talking about?
the learning how to put on face paint from
YouTube. Thank God for YouTube.
No, this was from
face paint.
performers in Canada.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so rewind even more. That was good. I like that sequence change you just did.
Nice.
Wow, the production value. This I keep messing with this.
Yeah, it's falling apart just like the listener said it would.
I feel like it's like I'm sitting in a public toilet and I didn't know there was a glory hole there.
Hold on. If I slide it to the side, it's like that. It's like that. It's like just a dick coming out of the wall.
Knock. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah. My mom.
Long dick.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Or a small toilet.
I have to tell you that story too. That just made me flash back. My mom used to run she worked for the Rotary Club, and they used to do big festivals. All the big festivals in my hometown were kind of done by Rotary. But Mom, since we were in the middle of nowhere, they didn't have a talent pool to draw on when they wanted to hire people for their events. And so she would always have workshops, like she brought in Cirque du Soleil. She just knew about this, that they did these workshops. She brought them in, and they taught like 15 people in our hometown how to face paint like they do. And with a specific, very fancy type of face painting. And so then Mom would hire out to that new talent pool that she had created every year. And she would do that for all kinds of stuff. Like she wanted backpack puppets. And so she brought someone up to teach people how to do that. And
hold on, backpack puppets?
like you wear like this frame on your back, like what they used to do at Epcot back in the day, like the old Epcot parade with. It's like you look like you're in a big marionette.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know why I keep doing this like Kermit.
I don't know what a backpack. At first, when you said that, I thought it was like the monkey, the Velcro monkey you put around your side.
Well, it's like the Broadway.
Oh no.
Line. It's like the Broadway.
No, not that.
Yeah, absolutely not
God,
that.
but I'm just some bitch. I don't know.
But Broadway Lion King does a lot of backpack puppets, right?
That.
Yeah, okay.
That, which is very
those are-
60s, like in old school hippy-dippy parades, you'd see people coming out with like giant heads on like poles, and she wanted that stuff for her parade. So eventually we would build them for her every year.
I was slightly scared of the larger heads in the Macy's parade that were the presidents.
You want to unpack that?
Do you know the one I'm talking about? It's just legs of a human and like
and then a
big
giant head.
George Washington head.
I love that.
And as a kid, I remember seeing them being
it.
like, what the fuck is that? Like being like, whoa.
Yeah. I wanted to make paper mache
They're paper mache, yeah.
historical gay figures and do that for the Pride Parade. But then every year I'm just like, I'm just going to throw on a dress and get fucked up on a floor.
Crazy. Hold on a second. Like, if I had, I'm spending all night making a Harvey Milk.
I could
I'm putting it on there, or slaving my ass off to make him. And then when I get done, all my friends say he looks like Martin Short,
right? And then
I'm
five
like,
people will be
you.
like, "Oh, that's cool." Yeah. Otherwise, I could just go shake my tits, and smoke a joint, and drink beer.
Exactly.
That's my Pride Parade.
Hardest part is finding newspaper. That does not exist.
Absolutely true.
Well, thank God for Bungalow or having a new newspaper.
Easy now.
Line in hamster cages all over Central Florida.
We didn't me even say that. Let me give you proper flowers and plugs. If you want to listen to Brenda or if you want to listen to Brendan, Bungalow or in the Bus.
Thanks.
Read his articles. Go to the things.
Brenda has an advice column in the newspaper now. It's,
all right.
Yeah, ask Brenda. And it's very hard-hitting journalism.
So, okay.
Wow, I've always wanted an advice column.
Did you?
The closest I ever came was on Drew's show when I was doing that, Drew Garabo's show.
Yeah.
I would do Dear Daniel.
Oh,
and I did a song and everything for Dear Daniel, and I don't know why I stopped doing it.
That's very sweet.
Probably because I quit the show. That would
Dear
make sense.
Daniel.
There is something funny about radio DJs giving any advice.
Yeah. Because they're always terrible humans. The people giving the advice are like 5 divorces, 7 divorces,
the more I'm in the
moms of kids. None of their kids stayed with them. They never had full
What is
custody.
that? Is it just because we don't get to see as many people during the day? When people give us attention, then we're just like, I'm going to put my dick in you.
I don't know.
What is
It's an interesting.
Why?
It is an interesting
Because
question.
I'll tell you,
Brenda.
I love it. Someone hits on me, I don't even care if you're ugly. It happened. I'm just like, all right, I guess we're going to do the sex.
It's a compliment.
It's like, damn, you complimented me. We have to fuck now.
So
That happens every time. As your listeners know when they come to bingo.
they
They're so
know.
nice
My
to me.
listeners, they email us all the time. They say, I fucked Brenda last night. It's like,
Did they? Have you gotten that?
No.
Oh, my God.
Don't worry. I'm doing
I wanna know how good I am.
Yes, Andy. I'm just going.
At least tell me how good I do.
So I need to, and this may be more
Touch
of a
my
question
bit?
for. I'll touch him. So maybe more of a question for Brendan, but Brenda can answer.
I can put that hat on.
So I saw recently you took a trip to Rhode Island.
I did.
Or at least the trip, you wrote about it recently, but the trip was in October.
Yeah.
So,
It's
and
a time travel piece.
I did read the article. I skimmed it just like
Heavily edited. They cut out my sexy pieces. The original one talks about me going to my first ever leather bar, but they definitely took that out of Orlando Magazine. That's not their audience. They
spicy for Orlando Magazine.
You even sent it to them?
Oh yeah, because I thought I might be able to get it in there.
Really?
I thought it was done tastefully. But there is a bit about me getting electrocuted on stage.
Oh, tell us that part. We're not going to cut it out. That's what we want.
I want more of it.
I'd never been to a leather bar before.
What is that?
It's like it's kind of what you would. What's that Al Pacino movie about? He's trying to find a
Scarface? Starting the coke? The machine gun?
It's like a gayer version of that.
Okay,
He goes undercover in the gay community because there's a murderer. He's killing all the gays.
Oh, he snorts a pile of cum.
Cum just all over. He dances. Anyway, everyone's wearing leather. It's a bunch of like hairy, like it almost feels like a biker bar.
Okay, all right.
Know? And you go in and everyone's like barking at each other because that's like
I've seen this in Police Academy.
Yeah. What's the name of the bar? The Blue Oyster.
Oh, is it a gay bar?
Well, it was when people were making very inappropriate gay jokes. And they always sent the 2 homophobic cops into the gay bar to get them butt fucked.
They're dressed in full leather.
hijinks on.
That's it. That was it.
That was real.
The Blue Oyster, I got it right.
I knew it was real.
Holy shit, like everybody calm down. We got really excited about leather bar.
I knew Hightower wouldn't lie to me.
I didn't know what to expect. I knew it's probably.
Which one was Hightower? Oh, that was Bubba Smith, wasn't it? The black guy.
It was called the Eagle. Eagle in Providence. And
isn't that famous?
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of Eagles.
Oh, okay.
Like Eagle, New York. I think there's one in Berlin, which that one, I'm sure that one's crazy.
The German Eagle.
But I went in and
The Eagle is the gayest bird. That's going to make a lot of people mad. I'm sorry. I didn't do
we
it.
did pick it.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a turkey. It's supposed to be a turkey. Turkey's less gay.
If you're a big hairy man, like me, sorry if I ruined the illusion. When I walked in, I felt so fucking popular. Like, it was new blood,
Really?
And I didn't have to pay for a drink all night.
Oh, nice.
And then I noticed off in the corner, there was this stage with this guy, who wearing like the leather police cap, leather sleeveless shirt,
That's
leather
the look,
pants.
right? Isn't that the quintessential...
Severe, like very Tom of Finland.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tom of Finland, popular gay cartoonist? Is that what you say?
Yeah.
But that
he would do like porn things with oversized dicks. And,
Okay.
mega dicks.
Yeah,
dude.
Tom, amazing.
It's to me, it's the gay Russ Meyer. Is that
Sure,
okay?
or like an illustrated Robert Mapplethorpe, if you know that
Better.
photographer.
That's better. It's
Okay.
like
Sexy,
think
edgy,
like
You gotta
dark.
dumb it down for me.
Okay, so
This is too cultured and smart.
I'll show you pictures at the break.
Okay, you
but
know
it's-
how you like novelty cartoon tits? If you were a gay guy, you'd like this guy's art. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's novelty cartoon mega dick.
Okay.
big dicks, great badonkadonk,
Yeah, muscle
thick thighs,
boys.
muscles.
Yeah.
Big
They all-
Johnson. I know Big Johnson.
He's got it. He's got it. Okay,
We
we're
got
good.
it.
We're good. We're good.
He's holding the big umbrella.
Yeah.
A big
Yeah.
surfboard.
So that and then
Liquor in the
stop.
front, poker in the rear.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
You're,
And
off,
I was
you're off the
really-
road now.
I was really feeling like my oats. I don't know what it was, but I was like, new town. Everybody's being super nice to me. Everybody somehow thinks I'm fucking sexy. Like I could do anything tonight. So I went over and talked to that guy, and he was like, "Yeah, it's kink night." And I was like, "Kink night? Oh, like spanking and stuff?" And he was like, "Well, yeah, generally, but tonight we have electrodes." And I was like, "What is that?" And he said, "Do you want to find out?" And I said, "Well, fuck yeah, nobody's looking. Let's do it." And I said, "Okay, but I'm going to strap you down." And he strapped me to one of those X's.
You could never do this, by the way. You're not as tough as Brendan.
On a stage.
I mean, Brenda, you're not. You could not do this. This is your worst nightmare. You're being singled out. You're being strapped.
Hold on, I can be strapped in
You could not be
electricity.
strapped. No.
So I'm strapped.
I'm good at being electrocuted.
Yeah, but not in front of people. If other people are in the room,
But nobody was looking at us, you know. So that's why
Yeah,
I
but
was
he
like,
could feel
let's
them,
just
and
do
you
it.
would think they were looking at you, and you'd be like, "Where's my one wheel?"
And he was hot, so I kind of like the idea of him touching me, you know. So I was like, let's do it. So he strapped me down, and then at first it was like this little like roller like poker, and it like tickled. It was like a tickle. It was on the tickle level, you know, the introductory level where they try to seduce you into doing it more. And so I was like, okay.
all right.
He's like, well, do I turn it up? And I was like, well, yeah, turn it up. Let's see. So he just kept doing it, and then eventually it got to the point, like it stayed sexy to a point where it was like. It felt really good, but it was like too much to handle.
Like detaching your
and I
corneas.
was like writhing a little bit, like it was a little too kinky. Like I'm sure it looked a little porny. And then he turned it
Where
up,
is he shocking you?
like on my legs. He did one on like around my nip once, like on
my nipples are sensitive. I might shit my pants if you shot my
hands.
nipples.
But it was sexy, and then it wasn't. And it got to a point where I felt like he was slicing me open with a knife.
Oh my
It was
God.
And you're like,
so
yeah!
crazy. Yeah, it was too much. Like I'm getting goosebumps just saying it. And I was like,
wow.
all right, that's enough.
I
That
can
is
do
enough.
this.
Yeah.
This is just gay jackass.
That's what it was. It felt very that. But when I stopped and I said, okay, enough, and he unstrapped me, there was applause. And the whole bar,
Hey, I'm
during
Tom
the
Van, and
time,
this is gay jackass.
during the time,
Electrocuted. Ah!
it started with nobody caring or giving a shit, and then it ended with me when I was getting let go, and I turned, everybody in the bar was watching.
Oh yeah.
And I was the most popular person in the bar for the whole
great
night. It was
story,
so
man.
fun. I felt like a fucking rock star, and I've never seen so many like hot zaddies, you know, just like who were just
What's a
barking
zaddy
at
for
me.
Tom?
Just like a hot daddy type, you know?
All right.
And
Like
leather.
Like a guy MILF.
Yeah, I'm more.
yeah.
They call me video store daddy. I'm a VS daddy.
Like they all looked like they were
call me
cops
I'm
or like
Blockbuster daddy.
I'm UPS driver daddy.
no, there was no UPS energy. It was all like SWAT team energy, and like
okay.
everybody
Because the
could have
leather-
been SWAT or something. Yeah, and I dug it. I didn't know that was a kink for me, but when I left there, I was like, I guess I'm into
Electros.
leather daddies. I don't think I'd do the electric shit again. If they kept it really low,
Yeah.
sexy.
Yeah.
The top part, too much.
Yeah, like
there's
I
nothing
find
fun about that.
It's like the kind of like the I guess it's the same shit as a tense machine, right? Where they put it on your back, and you're getting the electricity. And I do find that I gravitate towards the higher levels of that. Like really aggressive.
Well, there
where
you
I can
go.
feel my
You're a
like,
kinky bitch.
where I can feel my skin.
Until
but I also like
and
tattoos.
then you come all over your doctor.
And then I come all over my God. My God. It's like we're reading my book class.
that's the whole thing with like BDSM and things like pleasure and pain. So the slapping, like there's a close relation in your brain that it actually amplifies the pleasure, the pain.
And I'd heard that. I'd never done anything really like that before. You know, like a little mild spanking. Some guys try to choke you sometimes.
That probably got cut out because why do you think?
Well, I didn't say like.
You didn't say you cum your
kept
pants
it playful, and I kept it more like because gay tourism to Providence is a big thing. They have a big Pride event every year.
Interesting.
They're actually trying to do like a winter Pride version of it.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it was fun. I was flown up there by Visit Rhode Island. They wanted to show me the sights, and it was all expenses paid.
That's fantastic.
They call it a fam trip.
What is a fam trip?
When they bring like multiple writers from different outlets. So there were people from all across the country where their cities have direct flights to Providence. So they know that's the markets. Those are the markets they're trying to reach. And so they flew me up for Orlando Magazine, and they brought us to Newport, where they're filming like the Gilded Age. That's where all the rich people have been partying since,
Forever.
New York wasn't New York.
Sure.
And they brought us everywhere and stayed in fancy hotels, and it was so fun. Half of the people were duds, though, that we were traveling with.
Oh, really? Other writers from
One guy was mad. We went to this fancy Italian restaurant where I felt like it was just filled with mafia, which I kind of talk about in the write-up. And I got a weird message from a fake Facebook account about it. So I think the mafia's on me. We can talk about that later. Leave me alone, please.
What in the fuck are you doing? Is this the first time we've seen you since? No.
I just have so much to talk about.
I feel like why won't you talk so much? It's like I feel like
a whole show to film.
It's been like 3 weeks since we've seen you, and now you're first of all, Brenda walks in, and now you've joined the mob, and you're getting electrocuted.
I would join the mob,
and the zaddies are after you.
Imagine me smoking a cigarette with the mob. Eating meatballs, I'd be all about that.
So I got a couple questions, and we'll get it back to the mob because I'm curious about
the mafia. The mafia was huge in the development of Providence and Rhode Island.
Well, that's where they went, right? Like it was kind of like a safe haven. Was it not?
And it kind of, at one point, because I think they left New York at one point. And I think they really relocated the whole like Eastern operations to Providence.
Oh, yeah. They're like, we're going someplace nice that we could.
Oh yeah. So I was telling you, we were at an Italian restaurant which felt like it was filled with mafia people.
Yeah, the whole chat room is like talking about maybe Jonathan in the chat room linking like Providence to like The Departed, the movie The Departed.
Yeah.
They deal with that.
Old rich mafia
Boston.
guys probably retire out there. Like they end up.
Well, we went to. Oh my god, I have so much to say. So that Italian restaurant we were there.
Some people in the chat room also don't know you're Brendan, but that's fine. They're
okay.
really dumb. They're really dumb. Well, I mean, the dumbest.
It says because
you've been watching. Don't ruin the illusion. Just keep going. Just power
my
through.
Makeup's so perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good.
Thanks. I was just complaining about the people.
The dud.
With. And so there was a guy
why was he mad at the Italian restaurant, though? I want to know why.
Because they didn't have a water menu. Because he runs a luxury magazine group in the Caribbean, and we went to this fancy Italian restaurant.
What do they know about luxury? That place is a dump.
They also know nothing about water.
I think he just resort hops. Like he was not enthused.
Fun. Get out of here.
Yeah, and I told him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, good.
A water menu? What the hell are you?
Yeah, I was like, nobody has water menus. I'm sorry, you might have seen a water menu at like Tulum, like where are you seeing water menus?
I mean,
we're in the middle of fucking Providence, Rhode Island. I know it's a fancy place, but nobody has
like
water
tap
to
sparkling
mini chefs, famous chefs.
I've never seen a water menu.
Me neither.
What
I've been to the fanciest restaurant. I've been to
like a wine menu, but
tap
for different
and sparkling. What else is there?
There's Fijian artesian wells.
This guy was just
Antarctic,
looking for something to complain about.
Dolphin piss. And
Hold on a second. If you told me that was a bad example.
It's also
if you said tap sparkling or Icelandic dolphin piss, I'd be like, well, I'll try the piss.
Because that's the name of my my dark metal group.
That's another beer for Tactical to put in the Brenda line.
Yes.
You have another beer coming out, right?
Yeah, it's out now. We just did it for Valentine's Day. They actually have a couple cans left over at the brewery right now. But love you very much.
Doing more than we can even control. We can't even keep a handle on it.
I didn't really have anything to do with that one. They just kind of threw me on it.
Well, okay, I'm curious about this because
I'm gorgeous.
We've talked to a lot of people that have done shows.
You're always bragging.
Well, I'm just, because and I'm wondering if it's like this for you because, for instance, I remember we talked to Bert Kreischer years ago when he was doing that TV show where he went around as like Bert the Conqueror, and he just traveled around doing like things in different places, and it was like a travel. I think it was on the Travel Channel.
It was on the Travel Channel,
and I was in on the surface, it looks awesome. Like they pay you, and your job is to go from cool city to cool city and do the things.
The scheduling of it is rough.
Tough.
The schedule, the shoot schedule, and when we talked to him, he's like, "Man, you would think on paper it sounds awesome, but you never get to really enjoy the place you're at because you go from place to place, then you zoom out."
We had a little bit of off time, not much. It was all scheduled. You're there for work. We were there
to promote Rhode Island,
and be like, you don't have to write about everything that they show you, and I certainly didn't. And a lot of people that were there just did little snippets in their magazine. They didn't do much. I think actually my piece was the longest out of anyone who because I did like a play-by-play. I wanted to do like Brendan takes on Rhode Island. What did Brendan see? I went to Hobbit Houses sponsored by Maker's Mark. Fucking crazy. If you get a chance to do that, it's at this weird, maybe mafia-run resort in South County. It's called, I already forgot what it's called. It's like a sports lodge.
Okay.
They release, like, you fly there from New York for the weekend in a helicopter, land on their special helipad. You shoot thousands of quail that they let go for you specifically.
And homeless people sometimes.
Maybe homeless people. That joke did come out when we were. They brought us out on golf carts. Because you hunt from golf carts sometimes, and there's
is the best way to hunt, by the way.
And there's hard paved sidewalks all over the wilderness.
Walking and shooting is not good.
No,
are you sitting in the back, like facing the other way,
you
just
can.
shooting out the back?
You can sit on the roof if you want to.
This is what.
Get to shoot. It was so fun though.
By the way, this is what Brett Bushy told me he did with
like Jerry Jones.
Jerry
right?
Jones.
Yeah, I remember this story.
In some sort of reserve where they would drive around in a golf cart and then shoot quail, and people would just release them from the bushes.
Dick Cheney shot his friend in the face. It's like this is like rich person shit.
I wasn't listening because I saw someone calling me out for my fingernails. They're witch fingernails. And they come off.
Yeah, it's quick. It's
so
quick.
Fuck you.
So, it's quick change.
And I like to just wear two so I can still use my other digits.
So were you sitting on a golf cart shooting?
Yeah, so how dare you? Sorry, I didn't get to shoot anything, but we ate like quail that they shot on property. I saw a bobcat just wandering around.
I thought you were going to say Bobcat Goldthwait. So I was going to be like, well, that's not cool. That's not impressive at all. He's going to be old. I saw Kevin Smith. I'm like, well, he lives in my house.
It was so luxe. Like it was like showy New York money. That's the type of resort we went to in South County.
So that's like fancier than what most people can imagine.
Yeah, they sent me to the airport when I left from there and flew out of Providence. They sent me in my own private Bentley with a driver.
Jesus Christ.
With giant leg room, and he didn't want to. He was like, "You don't need to talk to me, just so you know, it's cool. Just sit back there and lounge until we get there."
And this is all paid for.
All paid for, and I got paid to go.
See, how'd you get this?
Well, because I've been, and I just have a food column for Orlando Magazine, but they work a lot with resorts and tourism authorities, and so
the tourism authority obviously pays Orlando Magazine to do this.
Yeah. And then they give me a portion of that.
I did one of these for like Clearwater, but I went to some dumpy hotel. It was some shithole. It was like, visit
I love
Clearwater.
It. I told them, send me anytime. If you get more of these, send me. And my writing does really well for them. For whatever reason. It's one of the more, my food columns are one of their more trafficked things on the site. So
let's talk about
people like you.
Yeah, for whatever reason. I haven't messed it up yet.
Stop. So the mafia. So what'd you say, and then what message did you get?
It wasn't any bad. I just was calling out their presence and then their role in founding Providence and Rhode Island, like in making Rhode Island what it is today. They had a mayor that was kind of involved with it, and I just find that interesting that, like, it's private industry. It's not a lot of it wasn't legal, but it's people making money, mostly immigrants, and carving out a life for themselves. Like we're all just a couple access points away from joining the mafia.
And by the way, we just
I like the way you're talking.
we did the Super Bowl in Las Vegas. The mafia built Las Vegas, like 100%. Like everybody will tell. It's not a secret. It's not some urban legend. Mafia built Vegas, and it's the reason why it is as big as it is today.
And some people don't like us talking about it, and I don't understand why. I don't think it's a bad thing to just talk
about the
it.
mafia. Why?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, they're murderers. And
I don't think they do that as much anymore.
But is it? To me,
sometimes.
Okay, there is a variation.
I find it very interesting. Families, looking out for families, and
I find it
reinvesting
interesting too. But there's a variation of it in Florida, at least, that is a variation of the "I am Native American" or "I come from." Like I know Italian people that namely around Florida and upstate New York, who will say, oh, our family comes from them. You know what I mean? Like you always have those. Or like one cruise I was on. One monster cruise I was on, I met a guy who said he was in the mafia, and he has a whole new name it's in the witness protection. And he's telling me this as I'm at the back of a boat.
I met a guy at Big Daddy's in Drag who was from the Irish mafia.
Oh, that's
like
a whole different mafia.
I believe all of that. Like this guy. Well, it wasn't. He was telling me. He wasn't telling me this.
I like it.
It seemed believable. Yeah. Like, oh, I could see that you were probably a bad person.
It looked like he'd probably choke you a little bit if you were making out. Like it was kind of that.
I don't think do mafia guys make out. I can't think they don't make out
angrily. I don't know.
No, they're like this. I pulled this video for today. Look, this is what I think of mafia guy. This is a mafia guy's wedding. Here we go.
What is this?
It's just terrible. It's a terrible video I pulled. Okay, so she's take a little bite. She gets a little bite there. This is how mafia. This is why there's no making out. And then you gotta offer a little bit to him. Right? I mean, this is recently.
Is that tithing?
How old is this?
Recently. I'll take it away from what y'all slapped your face. You don't do that to me.
Did she hit him back?
That's no. That's me and Andrea. That was me and Andrea.
What year was that?
I'm not okay with that clip. I'm not okay with that.
It was terrible.
When was that?
It was when Andrea and I got married. I think that was one of our listeners said that to me.
Stereotypically, the mafia men have.
What the fuck? What the fuck just happened?
That was one of our mafia listeners.
What was the point of showing me that clip?
One of our mafia.
What is happening?
One of our mafia listeners wanted to share that.
Listen, we're weird just like you.
That's why you're here. That's why you're here.
We're all weird.
It's a man in a dress.
No way. We get pleasure out of this.
But my weird's nice to look at.
Yeah, true. This weird is a little more demented, violent. Anyway, I got to ask you about another thing.
I'm not against slapping.
So
what's the other thing?
I saw that there was this, and I need to ask you what it is. What is nude night?
Oh, I've been to this.
And why aren't more? Because I saw that you were promoting that there's this nude night going on, and they were using basically an abandoned building on Church Street.
Yeah,
perfect for nudity.
Well,
right? It's like, this is great.
Well, it's like, you see an empty building, you're like, I'm gonna put a naked person.
I'm gonna fill this full of nudes.
When I was coming back from the last Orlando Solar Bears game, which, by the way, there's a Solar Bears game tonight. If anyone wants to go.
Not Atlanta. Atlanta's this weekend.
I love Solar Bears.
I think so, yeah. I thought, my son told me that, so I don't know if that's...
You liar. Call him right now and call him a liar.
God, I'm such a bad friend.
I put Max on the phone. yeah, Dad, you're a liar.
So I don't know if that to be true.
Making your father look like a fucking idiot on his show.
But when
he did that himself.
It was Saturday night, and it was 10 o'clock, and I walked, because we parked near Church Street. I'm
listening, but I need a snack.
And go get some I got a muscle milk in there.
Or peanut butter pretzels.
But I was walking down Church Street, and every building was abandoned, and it was a ghost town.
Yeah.
But all the buildings are cool. Remember we did our ghost tour in that giant building that was beautiful, stained glass.
That's the one that used
ceviche.
To be Club 23. No,
that was down further. This one was
the one above the old Improv.
Remember that Orlando City owned it for a while.
Do you want a Rice Krispie treat or something? We have.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna have a beer instead.
Okay. All those old buildings like Ceviche. There's another old building. There's the old
the Crest building.
Yeah, all
down
those
there.
Anyway, they're abandoned. No one's using them. But I was like, someone could use this.
I'll tell you this story. Craig Mateer. He's a big money guy. I think he owned Tags. It was like they move your luggage for you.
Okay.
Anyway, he sold out. He bought all those properties. He owns the train station, where Harry Buffalo is, Ceviche, and then where House Orlando, Blue Star's venue that didn't work out.
Okay.
Oh, it didn't work out.
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that.
Yeah, right.
In case they're listening, I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah. I got you. Moving on.
Yeah. Because they're the entertainment mafia, you'll never get a gig.
Oh, you careful, you said.
I'm just kidding, Blue. I'm just kidding. So they've been empty forever. Craig Mateer is going to let his kids do something there. There are no
You can
rush
color
to
on the
do
floor.
something.
I like that. What do you want to do? You want to piss the shit on the floor? You can do it. You're going to be a fucking idiot.
They're beautiful. I shared a photograph. There was a stage.
I gave my 4-year-old a warehouse. He's shitting. That's me. That's my new character. It's called.
You do anything you want.
It's a new character I'm working on called Idiot Rich Dad.
Idiot Rich Dad.
Yeah, there he is.
They're just beautiful buildings. Nude Night. I can't believe you've never heard of it before.
No, I didn't hear.
Well, now he's. This guy's been working out more, and I think he's.
Oh, you want to put something in it?
Body paint.
Oh my gosh, you should do a boudoir shoot for the next Nude Night and put the photograph in. Okay, so let me tell you what it is.
Okay,
you can do the Arnold pose when he lands from Terminator, where it's like cleverly tucked behind your thigh.
What if you reenact? It could be a series, and you reenact famous nude photos.
Oh, yeah.
Through the years,
You
like
could do,
on a horse.
Kim Jong falling out of the trunk and hang over. That's me. That's me.
The guy on the bear rug, Burt Reynolds.
And then I'm going to do the whale crying after a candy bar.
It'd be so. And the bear rug is the bear suit, and it's you as Burt Reynolds on the bear rug. That is your bear suit. Like that's
not a bad idea. You laying on the bear suit. We can sell that to the ladies.
You're welcome. Genius idea.
The ladies will buy that.
It's an annual art show. Everything is nude body themed. So it's like photos of nude people, paintings, sculptures, but it all has to be like celebrating the human body.
A public sub shaped like a ding dong.
Yeah. Anything covered in resin so you could sit on it.
So it's all nude art.
Nude art. And they always do it in like a warehouse or something. And the lady who famously started it, I think there was a couple people who started it, but the woman who ran it the longest passed away. And now her daughter has brought it back. And so her first one that she did on her own was last year. And she did it down near Florida Mall. This year, she brought it closer to downtown. And she got in those beautiful historic buildings on Church Street that are just sitting empty right now. And so it was an excuse, A, to see some titties, B, and dick, and B, to just walk in and see these beautiful buildings that aren't being used right now. And they have bars, and there's burlesque, and they have, people hanging from the ceilings. The very first nude night I went to when I first started dating Scotty Campbell, we went into a warehouse in Ivanhoe Village, which I think used to be called the Elephant Walk, and it's where the yard was built. Like all of those warehouses are gone now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We walked in, and the first thing I saw was the most beautiful man I'd ever seen in my life. And he was totally naked, except for this red bow tied around his junk. And he was holding an art frame, implying that his body was the art. And you could take pictures. And I was like, what is this? And there's this guy with this giant dick standing right there. And then we walked in. It was just beautiful art everywhere. And if you bought a piece, you could go for free to any consecutive nude night for the rest of your life. That changed. But really cool series. And people love it.
Let's rethink that. So, people are buying the small titties, not paying enough.
So when I saw that, I
bought a $75 one.
Yeah, you buy the little ones and you can go forever. It's a good investment.
And because there could actually be humans that are nude there as well as part of the art.
But you as the attendee are not nude, and that's what a lot of people were saying in our comments. They're like, is this like a nudist get together? What is this?
No, it's just
the attendees have to pay a cover charge at the door. I know this business.
It's like it's a very sexy date night. Like young couples go and get titillated and go home and make out and have babies.
Brenda, can you help us put together Tom and Dan nude night where under the guys...
Yeah, all...
you want to get naked with me, Tom? Say it.
You said guys.
No.
All guys.
No.
Why are you doing all guys?
Under the guise of art, and this was done back in the 90s with strip clubs where they put on Macbeth.
You know what he wants to do?
Parliament House is doing it because you can't be fully naked in front of people unless it's art.
You want to do the Macbeth where it was like two hot girls up there with big fake titties and they just had plastic witch hats on.
Do you want to do that?
Yes!
I'm actually... all about that.
Yeah, because then
Let's
a
do-
bunch of horny animal listeners
I got
will
it.
show up.
I think
Tom
that's
and
really
Dan-
funny.
Tom and Dan and Brenda from Bithlow present Nude Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
Nude Napoleon Dynamite.
Nude Napoleon Dynamite.
Boom, and it's like,
Yeah. And we can make two
Can we want
separate.
taunts, you know?
And it's like a reading, but they're just completely naked.
Vote for Pedro written on the chest.
Yeah.
We know that one dude that poses nude for artists all the time. We can get that dude to show his ding dong.
I helped
He'll
him
get up
launch
there.
his OnlyFans. I was one of his first OnlyFans clients.
Really?
And
the
then-
guy with the crazy hair. What's his name?
I can't remember.
I
Yeah,
saw
he's a
the
good
other
dude. I
day.
like
He's
that
so
guy.
sweet.
Yeah, he'll show his ding dong. He told me, and then
He's got a good ding dong,
and
though.
then we'll hire strippers. They'll show their titties on
We'll
one
get
side.
someone else. They did like that nude guy singing musical at Parliament House, and it was literally like 7. It was a cast of 7 men, completely naked, singing a musical.
Nude barbershop
for like
quartet.
an hour
There
and
it
a
is.
half, and it was fun.
Old guys.
Well, the
But
strippers.
now when I see them in public, so I'm like, I know what your dick looks like.
the strippers won't really be coordinated enough to do a musical.
They're drugs.
They're on drugs, Brendan.
I'm leaving this can here because it got my lipstick on.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I'm going to sell it on eBay.
But we'll put the plastic witch's hat on, whatever we need to
it's
do, just so we can make the money. And then we'll say it's art night, and then it's just basically, and then we'll have a DJ there. We'll
It
get
could be a whole series. Yes, yes.
and then we'll have some chairs.
It starts with a burlesque show to warm people up to the idea of nudity, and then it gets into the main number, which is just people showing their junk in a production.
But even the burlesque show is too much work for me. It's just you pay a
I'll
cover
take care of
charge.
that.
This is
You
too
come in
much.
there.
Maybe this
We
is
can make it
TMI.
just a peep show.
But it's when it's nudity, it's
pay.
not internal nudity, right? It's external nudity.
What's
what about-
internal?
Well, you know what internal nudity is.
Come on.
I
Like
mean,
showing the inside of your vagina?
yeah, like
Or your
nobody's
butthole?
showing their butthole, right? It's like it's
No.
only like there's
I don't
nothing.
think. I actually think there's a limit on that because I remember.
yeah, there's nothing opening.
At
It's
Mr.
like,
Sisters. Do you remember Mr. Sisters?
Whatever happens in the private room is your business.
yeah, well, now we're running a strip club. Like that was my point.
That's where the money
That's why I
is.
asked this is a trick question for him. I need to figure out what the fuck we're doing.
I want to be sitting behind a desk with piles of money, like I see.
Yeah, we used to go into the Roxy. We used to work the Roxy. I'd go there to get paid. On the couple of times I would guest, it's not a lot round. I'm not going to get in trouble.
We
for
could
saying
probably
that.
do it at
And
the.
you go in the back, and it'd be a pile of money and maybe drugs.
We could do it at the Axe Trap, where the
all
former
right.
home of the booby trap.
Okay. Well,
Axe trap.
didn't they
Now they
bulldoze?
show their pussies. They used to show their boobies. Now they show their pussies. The
Come
Axe
on,
trap.
no.
Sorry, it's too easy. It wrote itself.
The answer is yes. I think it's a great idea.
No, all right. I knew it. Well, I knew it was a great idea when I started.
You got to do it somewhere that has.
So Tom and Brenda started a strip club. Awesome. Great.
But we
That'll
got-
help our show.
the thing
There's a
is-
touring porn festival that does art house porn, and then it's like a film festival. So
Well,
you go
that's
and
up
see-
our. No, that's up our.
And I would
alleys.
love to do.
Let's do that.
bring
We can do it at the
here.
old Porky's.
Here's what we
Porky's
need.
barbecue and a popka porn. We'll do the porn.
That's
And thi-
fucking funny.
This goes back to the mafia.
Porky's porn
Brenda. Me and you, Brenda, we're obviously the managers and the owners.
what am I?
Well, you're
You're invited.
You're the we need a DJ.
I got you a Benjamin.
We need a DJ and we need a back
hold
room
on.
enforcer.
Hold on,
You
can
go
I-
back
I'm
there
gonna
and-
Hold on.
DJ. I'm
I
keep
will
it in
take
your
DJ.
pants.
I'll take DJ.
Oh, okay.
I'll take
Can I
DJ.
DJ with you?
Absolutely. Well, you'll be the personality. I don't want to talk. I just want to run the buttons.
Yeah. Do you do vinyl or digital? DJ?
I'm doing both. I'm
Okay.
going to do both. And I'm going to have sound effects. You know, I'm going to have like certain sound effects and, button.
What are people saying in the chat? Do they like the idea? Or do they
I don't think they know what's happening.
Here's what we need, Brenda. We need a fall guy, which a doofus to dress in a suit. So when the cops kick our doors down, then we just point at him
You
like
won't
he's
get
the
knocked out.
owner.
Wait, is that you in your
won't.
purple
It's
suit?
totally legal. It's totally legal.
Yeah, but we're
Scotty
pushing it.
Campbell, right before I started dating Scotty Campbell, he did a fringe play that he wrote and directed and then starred in, and he showed his junk. Like, so every...
Now I can't look at him again. This is a crazy day.
Full
This is a
frontal.
crazy ass day. What am I supposed to do now? That's a client I talked to. I just emailed him. He's like, "Did you know that your beer is in the
No,
historical
come on.
center archives?" I'm like, "Oh wow, thank you so much, professional gentleman."
Yeah.
That's what I said.
No, I ask him about. It's called A Midnight Snack with Tom and Vincent. It's about a boyfriend dying who comes back as a ghost And like
Scotty's got
talks him
powder
through the-
on him like a ghost with his dick out. He's
No,
floating around the stage.
he's the dude that wakes up in the middle of the night and has to go talk to his dead boyfriend. But he sleeps naked, so he wakes up out of the bed and he's just nude.
A midnight show with Tom and Vincent will be our new gay podcast for the way that we will, me and Daniel will do.
It was so good. I think he got patron's pick. I just spat everywhere.
Oh, that's fine.
When I
Anyway.
met Heather Hansen, Jim Henson's daughter, she had seen the show, and she was a huge fan. So Heather, Jim Henson's daughter, was fangirling over my man's naked body.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Brenda, here's why we need the doofus in the suit is because
Is that you, by the way? Or
no,
Okay.
I have the perfect person.
You're the
for it.
decoy.
No, it's EJ, and we pay him just to dress up in a suit
Yeah.
and be there every night. So in case the cops do kick the door down, he takes the fall
We're like,
for
this
us.
is our owner.
Yeah. And his name is on the paperwork, and they they arrest it because you arrest the
Sure.
owner. Right? They just kick everybody out because eventually they'll do that because cops don't like being made a fool.
Yeah, they do.
And
they're sensitive.
Yeah.
They take it too sensitive.
You could do it once.
It's business only, y'all.
You could do the nude Macbeth once, but eventually,
Yeah.
they're like,
We need
these
to pick-
motherfuckers.
It needs to be a more fun show. Macbeth is a slog.
Yeah.
We need like a
But they'll send in undercover and they'll see.
Pride and Prejudice.
They'll
Or
look
like-
around. They're like, they're just running a strip club out of here.
How about the theater adaptation of Ted?
the teddy bear.
The teddy bear.
Did
Yeah.
you watch the TV show?
You know, I've never seen Ted. I just make fun of it because when it came out, I hated it so much.
I love it.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry.
I
Don't be mad at
love
me.
it, and I think the TV show's fit. Are you seeing my?
No, I'm not looking at that. I wasn't looking at your camel toe.
We can't. We always have
I
to.
wasn't. Now I don't know what to look
Put
at.
my
I look at
knees
Scotty, I
together.
look at you.
Me and Daniel will look up your skirt. We'll look up anybody's
Yeah,
skirt.
it was the first thing. I
Tom
did.
just was really engaged
Yeah, it was
all
the
over
first
this.
thing I did.
This is the most engaged Tom's ever been
It was
with me
the
on
first
this
thing
show.
I did. In fact, if you just want to know, as soon as you walked in, I don't have my glasses on, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get fucked. I was so horny, like immediately. I was like, I love the tallies.
Oh yeah.
I love the tall girls,
Yeah.
and you look like a big tall girl.
The number of guys that have followed me into the restroom at
I
Tactical
bet.
Brewing.
Oh, I
I'll tell
bet.
you. I'll
Yeah,
tell
I
you.
bet.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're going to take a break. When we
Okay.
come back, I want to talk about something that drag queens and wide receivers have in common that I did not know.
Nose rings.
And then I also want to talk to Brenda about driving a Zamboni.
Oh!
And then we got some voicemails
Yeah,
and
a
some
couple
other
other little
things.
things we wrote down here. Let's see here. You probably didn't know there's brand new music from the legendary band Hot Water Music.
Great name.
They're just a great band. Enjoy this. The name of the song, I believe, is Menace. We'll be right back with more A Mediocre Time right after this.
You know, we've got a Guardian Water RO system in the studio. We've got one at our houses.
Yeah.
Sam's got one.
got one. A lot of our friends have one.
So I drink out of the pure RO water,
You use
tap
it the most. You drink it
all
every
the time.
day. Yeah.
And so then I remember that I needed to change the filter, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to change it, like about every once a year and a half or so.
Yeah.
And so
You get a lot out of it. It's not very often.
So while they were changing the filter, I drank some regular tap water, and I was like, I'm like, man,
Not
I'm
good.
like, regular tap water. I mean, it is chemically.
And you don't drink any
tainted.
of it. Like, I can't even imagine the last time you had sink water because you even have your ice cubes are RO.
Yeah, in my house. Yeah.
I mean, Guardian, they can do anything you want, but if you want a full conditioning system with all Westinghouse products, if you want a big dog it and go, drinking water and bathing water, the water that is in my pipes, you can do that. And you will love it. It will absolutely change your entire home.
Yeah, it takes the chlorine, the calcium out of the water, so that saves all your fixtures and your washing machine. Your washing machine with the hard water,
Sure.
it could be bad for it.
And
after a
you've
while.
heard us talk about this. You use less soaps, all of that. But really, the number one thing we harp on is just the quality of your water in a day and age when everybody's using a Stanley cup. Just stop buying bottled water and use the RO water. I mean, we drink a full tank a day, I bet here.
Yeah. And we don't have to buy a bunch of filters or anything. It's just all there.
The only
easy.
reason we would ever have bottled water is because sometimes our guests are snooty and they don't want one of our cups. And I cannot guarantee that our cups will be clean, but I can guarantee that the water from Guardian Water Services is amazing.
It's GuardianWaterServices.com.
Yeah. So I think you could voice, do a little freestyle to that, right? Come on.
I was about to do something.
He was about to pull his penis out.
No.
He'll freestyle when Brenda's here to pull his penis out. At the end of the song,
It was like a little...
slowly stands up. Like, here it is.
No.
Oh, my God. People are asking who that is. That's Saya Gray. The name of the song, it's hard to pronounce.
Beautiful.
AA bouquet for your 1-800-Flowers, I think is what it says. So it's experimental and weird, and it's and one of those weird bleep bloop songs, and I like it. So
A couple things. Porch Fest is tomorrow. We are porch number 14. Daniel and I will be out there all day.
Yes.
Come by and say hi.
All day.
And
At your specific AT&T?
Yeah, it's at our AT&T.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to leave the back bedroom, and I'll be in there the entire time, and I'm not going to pick my head out. No, I'm kidding. I'll be walking, running all around.
Yeah, we'll be out front watching the bands.
I
And
can
then
still
hanging
get you a
out.
food truck if you want a food truck.
A food truck. Well, there's I guess they paved that dirt road next to our house.
I don't like that. That kind of kills the whole
Yeah.
Western charm we
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
I used to like to come out on the porch and look for my chickens.
Although it was
Is that a
very,
euphemism?
No.
it was very Mumbai. There was a lot of, trash. It was hard. Anyway, also we've got a Sapo tournament going on Leap Day.
Yes.
Sapo.
Next Thursday on February 29th. It's at Hourglass Brewing in Longwood.
Yeah, Sapo is a Peruvian coin tossing game, and it's super fun. You toss these little brass coins into it's like a box, and there's a golden frog on the top. If you get the golden coin in the golden frog's mouth, you get a Sapo.
Yeah, it starts at 6. You could bring your families if you want. I mean, there's free video games and pinball machines in
Don't
Hourglass
say
anyway.
ping pong. It'll be like that. It'll be like when you said we had the go-kart track on the private island. We've been saying
Fire
that-
festival?
No, we've been saying
I said one time, I was like, is there a water park at that?
at the private island for the Tom and Dan Cruise. Tom and Dan
There
Cruise
was at one
2024.com. And we said that there was a water park there.
That was
and we
our
went
last
on and
cruise.
on about like, oh man, it's so great. And it's no such thing as that.
That was the COVID cruise. It got canceled, I
got
think.
canceled.
Anyway, speaking of the cruise, it's Tom and Dan Cruise 2024.com if you want to book.
Yes.
All right. So
You got lots of tickets left, or just a little bit?
yeah, no, we it's got to be paid off by June. So if you still want to just register, pay your initial $200, and then make some payments, or you can pay
Chip
the whole
away at
thing.
it, whatever you want.
Scotty and I are thinking of going.
It'd be
I've never
fun.
done a cruise.
I cannot believe that you've never been on a cruise.
Yeah, I just feel like
I mean, it's
probably bad
it's
for
not
me.
going to be a like mafia Bentley. I'll tell you that. It's great. It's great. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to sell our.
No,
I don't
you
think
have
that
fun.
everything. I even thought when I was in that Mafia Bentley, I was like, nothing will be like. I'm not going to get treated like this again. A dirty slut that I am.
Yeah, I think that's so
This is
cool. But
great.
I
Okay,
I
hold
do
on.
love
We're work
cruising.
something out here. I'm writing
Are you
down
doing
something.
it live? Are you?
I'm just writing down the word cruise. And I'm circling it. I got an idea. Anyway.
Okay, promos.
So, let's talk about your turf toe, which is, by the way,
Thank you.
I saw that.
I have been waiting.
You got turf toe?
I do, and it doesn't mean I have hobbit feet. It means I have like this. Do you know what it is?
No.
It's a sports injury.
Yes,
I know,
I've been screwed gambling plenty of times by turf toe.
Yeah.
and I'm
You
like,
had it.
me?
Yeah.
What do
Is
you
that
mean?
what you just said?
No, I'm screwed by athletes not playing because of turf toe, and I bet on a team and I lost because of it.
It's the worst.
What
I got it from wearing heels on pavement for 8 hours on Valentine's Day. But it's literally like when you're running on turf and your foot, your feet and your toes bend like that, and the turf is too solid, you can jam that cartilage in between the bone, your toe bone and your foot
Okay,
bones. I don't
okay.
know, whatever.
Yeah.
So you jam it?
And it's just jammed. It's just jammed up.
All of my toes, when I move my toes, they all go and then they kind of crinkle and they they
two-
stick and then they
worst.
and then
You got two of toes?
Yeah, they stick and then they hurt. I'm like and then they release and then I'm like, oh, that's not good.
No, because
does
it can lead to arthritis.
Yeah, I think that's what I had.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm suffering from
Yeah.
But when the wide receivers have it, they're out of the game, and I'm like, how bad could it be?
Because
Is it that bad?
You might, if it gets too bad, you need surgery. And it's like, because it could mess up your tendons in your toe and like the whole thing.
Why
could
do you
just be
need toe
awash.
tendons, though? I mean, doesn't everybody's feet eventually just become like a weight at the end of their leg that you drag
step on
around until you die?
That is not true.
Okay, I always assumed.
So is it just painful? And how do you have to rest
it's basically a sprain.
Okay.
Of your toe, or like it could be a fracture, like depending on how hard you jammed it, and it could take 2 weeks or 3 weeks to heal up. I've never had it this bad. I didn't know it's what it was called. I thought it was just like my toes would bruise sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Right on that knuckle, right on my big toe knuckle, and they would bruise if I was wearing heels for too long. And I thought it's just because I'm a suspiciously large woman, put a lot of pressure on my toes, you know.
And 8 hours, though, not
8 hours was long.
That's a long time, man.
And I was smoking a lot of dope. And
Are you off the dope now?
Yeah. Am I off?
Are you off the dope?
At this moment, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Me too. I had to be.
I try not to smoke before noon because if, you know, I got lots to do.
But you smoked in
doing
the
a long
morning.
shot?
That's the best time, though. It's just like Daniel says drinking.
I don't like to smoke in the morning.
That'll wake and bake?
I'll freeze. I'll just freeze.
You don't freeze too much.
And then
That's what you want.
And then I'm just stuck there. Well, I get nothing done.
Yeah.
Like we got events that we're always knocking off, and we got that, you know, we're trying to do a bunch of crap.
So let's talk about the Zamboni.
I did. I drove a Zamboni.
Now,
Did you drive the Zambulance or the regular
The
one?
Zambulance.
Because they have one that says Zambulance,
Yeah.
and then they have another one that doesn't say that. And it bothers me that they're both not Zambulance. Just showing the listeners a peek into how crazy I am. When I go to the Solar Bears game, can't enjoy it because they come out and they're doing, one guy does one side of it with a Zambulance, and one guy does the other side of the rink with a Zamboni.
It sounds like a you problem.
And
dude.
I'm
You
like,
gotta get
please
over
put
that.
the graphic on both of them so they're both Zambulance. Why do we only have one Zambulance? Because wouldn't you feel, you want me to tell you why this bothers me?
Okay.
No.
Wouldn't it bother you if you showed up to drive it and they're like, Jerry, Pete, I need you guys to go do the rink. And I'd be like, I want to ride the Zambulance, and Jerry's already in it.
they're the same thing, though.
No, they're not. They're not. If they were,
machine.
then they would both say Zambulance.
Have you done it? Have you driven one?
I haven't. It looks
No?
really hard, though.
I haven't
Because
either.
you have the wheel. You have the wheel.
It's very steampunk. The whole thing is steampunk. Like there's cranks and levers.
It's like that. It's like that.
doodads.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that instrument that really, really old men play, where it's got like a string that lifts their hat while they're moving a crank. And
What are you talking about?
you know what I'm talking about? It's like a piano that plays. There's an accordion going, and the string's lifting its hat.
Sounds like Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, it's very.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen the memes where the meme is like me trying to make my girlfriend come. And it's doing a whistle.
I don't know what it's called. I think
It's like an old-timey-
like a whirly-do or something, like a whirly
I don't
box
know.
or something. There's a name for it.
Like
It's
old
cool.
baseball stadiums, a guy used to be like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
that's how they used to, like a
I
calliope.
didn't have to do much of that because we were just doing it for my show, which I guess I'm not supposed to say the name, but I'm just
Don't
gonna
get
say
in
it.
trouble, though.
Well, they're not listening.
Okay,
on
all right.
On the Job is the name of the show.
Okay.
It's just like Dirty Jobs, but obviously gayer.
You should have called it Gay Dirty
fabulous.
Jobs.
I tried, man.
Or
I
Dirty
tried.
Gay. Oh, Dirty Gay
That
Jobs.
was my idea. Still my idea.
That was your idea.
But are you as Brenda?
No,
Oh,
as
that's
Brendan,
Brendan.
which
Okay.
is not as exciting. I know. I tried for that too. I actually have another. I
gotta
just
pick your
pitched them a
battles,
thing where
right?
it's Brenda hosting, but it's called Straight Trippin', and it's Brenda going to very straight travel destinations. Straight tripping.
Oh my God!
Right?
You show up with a NASCAR. You're
Yeah.
like- you're walking in the Daytona 500.
What I have experienced, like,
What
even
kids want to read a story?
conservative people love
Oh,
drag.
they get so mad.
They
So
just
mad.
don't know it yet. They just don't know it. I always like old veterans. When I meet an old veteran, at first they're like, "Oh, I'm not supposed to like you. Get out of here," you know. But after a while, if I
Oh,
make them
no.
laugh, they love it.
100%. They're like, I'm
love
not
it.
supposed to like you, but right now I want to fuck your.
I want to
titties.
fuck your titties.
Yeah, absolutely. They're
Yeah.
so horny you win them over.
I love it.
You'd be the
building bridges.
You'd be the queen of the VFW, right? Like you walk in and it only takes about 5 minutes, and then everybody's like, "What?"
Tactical brewing.
Yeah,
It's
I see
veteran
it.
owned. There's tons of veterans
see
that go
it.
in there, and they love my big old titties. What was I talking about?
Oh,
Leave
the
it to a-
Zamboni.
Leave it to a
Zamboni.
man to do titties right. I'm sorry.
They always. Did I tell you about the time we went to Make a Con? and I was in my Uhura latex dress, like latex, like it was sexy, like a sexy Star Trek thing. And I had these titties in, and Mike was behind me filming. And as I walked in, every boomer we walked by would be like, "Oh yeah, oh that's a whole lot of woman. Oh, that's a big old lady."
Hulk Hogan.
It was a macho man.
You see the one? And Mike was like, "What is happening?" And Mike hated it because he'd hear the aftermath.
Brenda's titties.
You walk through a bar and everybody turns to gay macho men.
Oh yeah, I want to fuck that man.
That's exactly what happened. We
I
had it on
want to fuck it so bad. Oh yeah, I want to put my little dick in your big titties.
Yeah.
I want him to make me an omelet on my cast iron pan. I want your cream to rise to the top of my belly.
This probably has to
I'm
do.
going to play Sapo with my dick in your big old frog mouth.
Oh my God! I think we're done.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I was possessed. I was possessed.
So this is probably for your
The
show.
beer's kicking in.
For your show too, but I saw you also got to conduct an orchestra, correct?
I did. And speaking of dirty jokes that got out of hand, I should not have been allowed in front of that orchestra.
No, what did you do? I feel like sometimes you come here, and this is a compliment, but I feel like sometimes you come here because the reason you fit in with me and Tom is a lot of times we go places, and then it's just us being interviewed about all the embarrassing shit we do. But when you come here, you tell us all these crazy shit that you do, and then that's why I'm like, well, you fit in here. You're part of this.
And it's unfair because you can get away with a lot more than we can.
They were Tom and
If we
Dan.
made those same jokes, they'd never call us again.
No. So the
They're
show
never calling us now.
the show is about me trying jobs all around Central Florida. So like for the Zamboni thing, we went and we turned it from the Orlando Magic court, basketball court. Overnight, we joined the third shift. It starts at like midnight, 11 p.m.
God, that's a lot of
and
work.
turned it into the hockey rink.
Okay.
And then we came back the next day to glaze it and then like sharpen skates and shit. It was so fun. I loved that. And the third shift boys and girls working at the Kia Center, they are working so hard.
They're the best.
Everything is down to a science.
Making our games happen, man.
It is. Everything's color coded. They take out seats, replace seats. Everything's compartmentalized. Love it. Anyway,
Have you ever seen the time lapse? It's worth looking at.
Yeah, we'll have
a
one in the
lot.
show. We set up some cameras to time lapse.
It's never not amazing to see that flip.
I was so impressed, and they were so nice to us. Our whole crew, because they don't get the love that they should.
No.
They're just there
and
doing
no
it.
them,
and
no
nobody
games.
knows.
It's so, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a thankless job setting up all of that stuff, and you got rich people just sitting there spilling beers. And
It was so fun.
Oh, my God.
I was like lifting things with them.
Yeah.
I didn't get to drive a forklift, which I wanted to, and then we came back and did the Zamboni. But then the orchestra, we went to the CFC Arts Orchestra.
Yeah, shout out to our buddy Matthew.
Who
Who created our app.
Yeah,
I believe that he got to play with you. I believe that he maybe was there.
He
and saw you?
low key. I saw Matthew in the distance playing a big old. I guess he plays bass, double bass.
Yeah.
That's a handsome man.
Oh, yeah.
That's a tall man with a big beard. I saw him when I walked up on the stage, and I said, I would fuck it.
Yeah, that's why we hired him.
Big old double bass Matthew. That's what they call him.
He want an app, he'll build it.
That big old bass vibrating between his legs. It was I loved him. I actually made a joke about dating a bass. I used to sleep with an old bass player, and I said, I can't believe all the shit I said in front of that orchestra.
You were saying that? No, hold on.
I
You
did.
can say that here.
I know.
Why
I said it in front of them. I don't know.
You're like, I'd fuck all this orchestra. I'll fuck every one of you.
They were laughing at all my jokes. 300
you were
people.
feeling it.
300 people.
You were feeling it.
Captive audience, and I was feeling
fair.
it.
That's fair.
I was feeling. I wanted to cry
I've done
because
that
the music
before.
was so good.
Jab my balls with a trombone.
It was so fun. I did the gong. They made me join the percussion people.
Yeah,
and I did the
marimba?
gong.
Gong
The
my balls.
or the
What were you
tam. It was a gong, and you have to warm it up.
Yeah,
first.
but why?
And I was like, well, this is sexual just in its own.
Yeah, yeah.
gotta
you foreplay the
you
gong,
warm it
and you
up,
gong
and
my balls.
then you hit it. Because if you hit it just cold,
Yeah.
you could break the
You
gong.
could.
That's what they told me. And I was
That's
like,
true.
and I think I said something like, "Oh, I know what that is."
It's
you
not
gotta
really
warm
a
it up.
thing, but percussionists like to say that. But
Yeah, and it was funny. But then, and then I said, and then to quiet it, you have to put your hands on it, and you kind of like choke the gong out of it.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, it's just like when you want to shut the baby up. You just kind of,
oh man,
and nobody laughed.
I would've laughed.
People. It's the largest community orchestra in the country.
You got a lot flute players and
And
clarinets, a lot of moms.
Yeah, a lot of
Flute
moms.
players and clarinets, a lot of moms.
But all said and done, one of the most magical, powerful experiences was conducting 300 people, and they gave you a baton, and I was like, what part of the baton are you looking at, like the whole thing or just the tip? And
another dick
which
joke.
that was
All
another
right.
dick
Yeah,
joke.
yeah,
and
I love it.
and we had a handler from CFCR, so it was like, shut it down.
Stop with the dick jokes.
And I couldn't. I don't know how much of that.
I'm gonna fill the tubas with cum.
But it was so good. They were all so nice to me.
And you got to actually conduct with the stick and the whole thing.
Which is
It's a lot of power.
crazy.
It's a lot of power.
Now,
yeah, it's like holding a fire hose. It's that same kind of like.
Tom and I've talked about
doing
that.
it.
Tom and I've always wanted to hold a fire hose and blast everything.
here's the difference. Like, if you were in control of the fire hose, you could blast whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you're conducting, I feel like even if you mess up, the orchestra is going to play.
continue.
I thought that, but they were very good. They
like you could actually slow them down.
Yeah, I did that. I
Well,
slowed
you
them
can
down.
if they're listening, but if you start going like, "Hey, I want you to take your tuba and like throw it," yeah, they're not going to do
But
that.
they're not gonna go fast,
it's not
slow,
mind-
fast,
Yeah,
slow.
it's not
It was
mind
so
control.
cool. It was
It's not
so
mind
cool.
control. You can't make them like, now leave.
We're trying to do Orlando City Soccer. They're tough to work with right now just because they're so busy. With the season launching this weekend.
Yeah. Did you know that I got asked to be one of their?
We said on the BDM show.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. You got to sign up to be a BDM.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not going to say.
people?
No, stop. I can't say it.
Who's not doing it?
Sign up to be a
Sabrina?
BDM. Sign up to be a BDM.
Well, it was an awkward moment. I guess they let go of the dude.
Stop.
They did it with
Yeah,
Sabrina.
yeah.
I think it's
Oh my God, I would do that 100%. If
Yeah.
you're listening, do me.
No, they already picked their replacement.
Who is it?
It's Ross
Well,
Padgett.
they
No,
wanted
it's
to do
not.
Daniel.
Yeah, it's our friend Ross Padgett.
It's Ross and Sabrina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I also kind of hate that they
It was
didn't
going to be
ask me.
Daniel and Sabrina, which I thought they were calling both of us.
Well, I did too. And
I was
then,
alive.
so when we took the
Why
photo-
did you say no?
So that's too busy.
Were they going to pay you?
No.
No
pay, too busy.
Yeah, I mean,
which
it's definitely a younger man's game, And so and then Tom, I assumed too that they wanted to put the band back together, and I didn't know that they.
Ross is there at the games anyway.
Yeah, and he knows a lot about soccer. It's a perfect idea.
But he's not bilingual. I like that the other guy was Hispanic.
Well,
Yeah.
you didn't like him enough.
Yeah.
He discovered he was very.
They didn't know Tom Mann was bilingual too.
Yeah, they give him a little bit. Peel him off a little bit.
Yeah, hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, ¿y tú?
Throw in something about soccer.
I almost said,
Yo
coño.
gusto. Yo gusto football.
Yeah, I go. Hey.
No. Anyway, so a couple
They
different.
didn't ask me.
So, the Daniel got he ordered this thing on the
Herpes.
internet. No, and Brendan, you'll like this. So
Sounds like a command more than a.
no, you're way too.
I think you will like this.
Okay.
So Daniel showed it to me the other day. He's like, "Look at what I got." And what is it called?
Are you talking about the Starship?
Starship. He's like, "Look at this. It's the Starship."
I'll pull it up.
And I'm like, "What the hell is that?"
What starship?
And he's like, "It's a rig where you put 3 vape rigs in like the base
Like
of
the
it.
cartridges?
The cartridges. 3 vape cartridges.
A BDM sent it to me, and a BDM was like,
Shut up.
A BDM was like, "Hey, little daddy, daddy, you need one of these."
No.
And I'm going to put this up for the chat room.
That'll
to
give
see.
you popcorn lung.
It holds 3 vapes, and you screw them. It's a big battery, and you screw the 3 vapes in, and then you put a glass jar on the top of it with a carb.
Yeah.
And you
No!
and then watch this guy down here. Here, watch this guy.
It's too much.
Yeah, so
Watch this guy.
and for Twitch purposes, this is nicotine.
Yeah, this is definitely nicotine. This is absolutely not, Okay, see, there's the thing. There's the bottom. You can use it with a bong if you like to use your tobacco that way. And then there's that. Hold on, I'm going to show you. Okay, there. You put the thing in.
It looks like a penis enlarger.
There, it does look a little bit like a condom with a reservoir tip.
It's too much. It's too much.
You fill it, and then you shotgun blast it right into your face.
It's kind of like a,
okay.
you know, it is kind of like a bong, but it's an electric bong.
Okay, so I did order it. As soon as the BDM sent it to me, I had a BDM write me. And I think
you would smoke 3 vapes at the same time.
I think. Well, let me tell the story. So I'm
really upset.
I get an email. I get an email from a guy, and he's like, "I heard that you, with your current vape, when you do imbibe with medical marijuana, that you have to do 3 full pulls, and you get the haptic, and it's like 8 seconds, and you do the whole." And he's like, "What you need is this. You need the Starship. If you get yourself a Starship." All you need is one solid blast, and you'll go right back to sleep.
All right.
So I got myself, I got the Starship. It came in yesterday. By the way, I didn't tell Andrea about it, but she did have to sign for it. And then thanks a lot to the guy who brought it to the door, who basically explained that it was a battery-powered marijuana device.
So you have it. You had to sign for things.
Well, no, it's like, I guess because it's a battery, I didn't click that. I never choose anything to leave anything at my door. I don't care.
So you have it now.
I do. I had it.
You used it.
I used it last night. So I got it, and then I put it in order for True Leave, and I got 3 of the same. Now, they do say that you can use different ones to mix and match. Like, you could do one indica, one hybrid, a sativa. You could mix it all crazy.
They all could be fighting against each other.
That's what I thought. I don't know anything about, I know as much about marijuana today as I did when I was 18 years old, and I'm 47.
I know less now.
Yeah, I probably know less now, too. I use it constantly, but I really and truly don't know what any of it or the science, or I don't care.
Yeah.
So,
but what I do know, it's definitely not medicine.
I'm gonna tell Mandy what you said.
I'm joking. I know we want to talk about that.
I'm joking.
So I screwed in the 3. I went indicas, and I did.
Oh wow, you did 3 indicas.
I did 3 because I like the indicas. And so I fired this.
You do.
I fired this thing up, and sorry, Brenda's camera wasn't on. I apologize.
I thought it was on purpose.
So no, absolutely not. So I fire up the thing, and I put it on the lowest setting. And I started, and sure enough, it starts drawing the weed into the thing. And I'm like, oh, that looks good. And it fills the whole thing up. So the thing is bright white, like I'm sucking on a white condom, like a sock. Like a white sock.
And I don't do that anymore.
You socked it.
And then I take my thumb off the carb, and I kid you not, this thing shotgun. And I haven't done a gravity bong. I haven't done a bong. I haven't done I haven't been high.
Too much.
I have not been high. I think I've been on marijuana, but I have not been high, and it's been many moons.
Okay, yeah. This is to the moon,
and
right?
yeah, and no bullshit. And I know there's stuff that way stronger than this. I'm just giving you my experience with this. Okay, I sat there and I had my phone, and I wanted to send the picture to Tom, but I couldn't figure out how to put my code in my phone to unlock it, and it's only a 4-number code. I was so high. Then I
did you cough a lot though? Did you cough?
I did.
Crazy?
It was like being a child again. I was coughing. I was and I had to put it away. Andrea came home. She's like, "What the fuck? The whole house smells like weed." And I'm like, "It was just one puff, but it was a black. You could see it hanging in the air. The whole house had been fumigated.
It created an environment.
Yeah, it was Starship blast.
Are you afraid of popcorn lung?
They don't have to say that was with a different thing.
No, I am. You're the second person that said that. I said it to our friend Jim Colbert too. I said, "Look at this," because I know he used to imbibe. I don't think he does anything anymore.
Really?
I don't even think he drinks or smokes weed. He
weed.
wrote me back. He's like, "Does it come with insurance?" I'm like, "Oh, that checks out." Yeah, that's the comment I expected from you. But then he did, because he knows me so well. He got on my hypochondria, and I was like, "Oh shit." Maybe I shouldn't have done that blast, because I was so fucking high. So I go to play NBA 2K, which is the video game that is now the new game that I'm playing. And
wait, did you ever play Baldur's Gate?
I'm still playing Baldur's Gate, but I'm stopped at a point in Baldur's Gate where I might need to back up a few steps because I fucked up.
Do you need me?
Yeah, I need somebody
a friend
that knows it better. So I'm sitting there and I'm playing the NBA 2K. And I don't know if anybody's played this, but it's your typical basketball game where you have to hold down a button, and when the button, when the meter gets to the top, if you let go at the top, your shot is a correct shot and it will go in.
Okay.
I can't make any shots. I can't make, but I'll tell you what I can do. I can't make any shots, but on the back end, I can block every shot. So I'm both awesome and bad at the same time. I'm the worst at shooting and can't make one shot. But on the other end, especially if I have Jonathan Isaac, who's already an amazing defensive player, I've got an award. I wrote it down.
Do you like being that stoned?
I got Block Party Award for the most shots in a game. I was just blocking every shot, but I couldn't make one shot. I will tell you, and I don't. It was too much.
Yeah.
And that is a younger man's game. I put it away.
Somebody gave me this.
I put it away. It's just
there's
too
a brand of pot that's not here, and there's a club promoter that we just had a meeting with, and he gave me. They're called baby joints. They're tiny.
Oh, they're for babies. Yeah, I've heard of this. Joints for babies. And these are getting over huge.
Bring those with your books. They really like that.
It's so crazy. The paper is flavored and scented.
All right.
So I'm like, I don't know if I should be smoking this, but I smoked just a little bit. I just had a couple hits when I got home from the little baby joint. I was like, I just need to even out because I had a crazy fucking day. My face was vibrating. It was wow. Crazy. I was sitting in the back, in my little office, and the light wasn't even on. I was just sitting there, and Scotty came to check in on me because it was so quiet because I wasn't even watching anything. He was just like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm just meditating on my body." I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
It's so strong nowadays that
too much.
I couldn't. It was too much. It did seem excessively wasteful too. But it was one of those things where I couldn't. I was explaining to Andrea what I wanted for dinner, and she said, "I don't know what you're saying." And I'm just telling you guys, you know me really well. I have not been high like that. When's the last time you saw me even toot my pen where you could tell a difference? I don't think anybody can. But this, I was like, I can't. I'm having trouble putting words together.
I just want to. If I'm that high, I want to be picking up trash on the beach. I want to be I want to be at Cape Canaveral seashore. Playa Linda,
fun purpose.
Last two docks, where everybody's naked, and I just want to be free balling it and picking up trash. That's all I want to do.
That
if I'm that stoned, drinking coconut water,
there's a time
perfect
and a place to be that high.
I was sitting on the couch trying to open my phone, and then I was sitting on the couch trying to play video games, and I couldn't do it, and I was sweating.
By the way, there are people that get that high all day, every day, and then never wake up. They'll do that Starship. Then every couple hours, Starship in the goddamn company bathroom outside in their truck.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's I'm glad I did it I did it a little too early. I told Andrew, I was like, well, I would have preferred to have done that closer to 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? It was weird.
Closer to bed.
Yeah, it was hard. It was a little much. I'm
going to go for a smoke like this and go for a bike ride, I think.
Are you still doing can we talk about your yoga and your...
Yeah, we should talk about it. I'll get in trouble. Yoga High.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Cookies Cannabis.
Woo-woo.
And burp, excuse me.
Hey, Brenda.
Yoga High.
I'm a fucking mess. How am I? I'm a professional.
You're fine.
I'm a professional.
You're fine.
We go to the Acre twice a month. The next one's on the 27th. And it's for medical marijuana card holders only. And I check your card when you come in. I'm the person checking you in. And then you do this guided yoga session outside under these big old giant oak trees. And it is, I think, the coolest thing happening in town right now. The Acre on its own,
it's just
is
cool.
A very special place, and it's very I've always kind of thought of it as Bali or something. It's very backpackery California.
Okay,
cool little cabins and shit, and you can get pizzas. And they have campfires, and you get into it. It's very Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, where is this at?
At College Park, Lake Fairview area.
Why
Edgewater?
I've never been there.
It's a non-traditional wedding venue.
Okay.
So if you might have gone to a wedding there before, an outdoor wedding, but now it's the people who own Primrose Lanes and Mathers. They bought it.
Okay.
And now it's open to the public on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it's just the coolest, most chill vibe area. And I would watch people. You have to get into the property. You have to go through this tunnel of foliage through these hedges. And can you even hear me? I'm sorry. I keep
you're
getting
fine.
away from
You're
my
fine. Yeah, I got you.
And I watch people come in, and they're like transported to another space already, and then they see people doing yoga off to the side, and then they smell that everybody's smoking weed, and then I look at them and I'm like,
You got him. You got him.
It's yoga high is what we call it. And they see the signs, and they're like, people are smoking dope and doing yoga here? Are you kidding me? And then you walk over to the other side, and there's like kids running around and dogs and campfires, and people are making
And they're
s'mores,
smoking baby joints.
eating amazing pizzas, drinking like there's a tequila truck in the back.
What?
You better get EJ in a suit in there. The cops are coming back.
That's why I don't fuck with it. If you don't have a card, you can knock it into the
I feel the cops are like, you're getting one over on me.
Tom and Dan's.
I'm joking.
Tom and Dan's mega high nude night.
Okay, all right.
High, nude and high. Warehouse, in a warehouse. It's called nude and high in a warehouse. That's
We're
what
talking
it's
about doing movie nights. We're gonna do
no movies. It's all black, pitch black. We're all nude, high as fuck.
field trips. We're gonna do beach field trips with Yoga High. Like we're just gonna start. It'll be like we'll fill a bus. You pay a price.
I love it.
Your weed will be dropped and ready for you when you check in from a cannabis company. Hopefully cookies, because we love working with them, and then we'll take you somewhere fun. Right? And then you don't have to worry about driving or nothing. Maybe lunch is included. So yeah,
I like that.
I love it. It's like an experience that's guided, and it kind of because everyone kind of smokes weed alone or like behind the scenes, but what if you didn't have to hide it?
I'm normally smoking it in some sort of Orlando men's room.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
I'm hiding it away from my family in the bathroom.
I'll give you the rundown. I've smoked marijuana in every Mexican restaurant in the city. I've smoked marijuana in every pizza place in the city.
And you flush it down the toilet. The ghost.
Blow the ghost into the toilet hole, and I flush it down the toilet.
All right, let's take a break again.
Buddy. Yes, sir.
And when we come back, we'll do some voicemails. Brenda will help us answer some voicemails, and then we'll ease our way into the weekend.
Well, I mean, Brenda's the only person here that actually has an advice column.
That's true.
I mean, we're not qualified.
Professional.
Yeah, absolutely. The name of the band is The Problem with Kids Today. The name of the song is Rock Show.
I want to make a request next time.
Sure. All right. We'll be right back. Bart Merrick, Crystal Van, the Bart Merrick team. If you're buying or selling a home, just go to bartmerrick.com.
It's BartTheRealtor.com or BartMerrick.com.
Oh,
they both work.
Oh, my God. You got me. You got me.
But if they are the realtors with super experience throughout all these different changes in the market, which you need, do the correct business decision, which is if I'm selling my house, I want to get the top dollar.
Yeah.
And if I'm buying a house, I want to get the best deal. And I need the best realtors to give me the best advice.
We witnessed this firsthand, like throughout the entire, COVID pandemic, whatever. We witnessed, Bart and Crystal have to learn on the fly how to change their business, and they'll do that for you. They'll give you the best deal, they'll give you the best information, and the number one thing they will not do is drop the ball.
Yeah, they're super experienced. You get two realtors that are super experienced working for you at one time, which is the best possible scenario. So do the correct business decision and use the Bart Merrick team. It's BartTheRealtor.com.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. That's a glitterer with plastic. Brenda is here. Tom is here. I'm Dan.
Hey!
So let's do some...
You can't say, hey, y'all. That's copyrighted.
Oh!
You say that, you get into a pissing match.
Let's do some voicemail.
All right. Let's start with this one, because I don't think that Brenda will know this history, but I think you will want to know this history. You might surprise me. I definitely know Scotty would probably be able to be a historian of such on this, possibly. Let's
hear it.
Hey guys, calling in about that stripper cruise, and that was actually called the Bowie Club out of Port Canaveral, and it was pretty much more a straight up brothel, from my understand. The guy that taught my captain's license course told us about it. Yep, the days of old. Take it easy.
Yeah, so what we
a stripper cruise?
Okay, there used to be a cruise. We had a listener call in and talk about a cruise that he went on that was a international water stripper cruise, and you go out there and they give you some drinks, and when they get 3 miles out, then the strippers would take all their clothes off, start dancing. Well, Shaquille O'Neal happened to be on this one particular cruise, and all the strippers flocked to Shaq before they even got out 3 miles, and then they get 3 miles out and they're just hanging with Shaq the whole time, and the guy got no dances. It was just he was complaining about it.
But we didn't know that there was a international water stripper cruise, kind of like the Sun Cruise Casino, where they just take you out 3 miles.
It was called the Buoy Club. I found an article in the Orlando Weekly from 2000.
Wow.
It was October of 2000.
Who wrote it, Billy Mays?
I don't believe so. I didn't recognize the name. I would have recognized Billy, but I don't believe so. It said they found a flyer for the Buoy Club, the Brevard County company, that began operating the twice-weekly all-nude cruises. They promised 3 miles out, there is no doubt.
Well, that's awesome.
Somebody write that we're doing a Buoy Club shirt for Tom and Dan. Does it say Tom and Dan's Buoy Club? Because who's going to fucking sue us, right? And it's going to say,
why
3
don't
miles
you
out,
bring
there
it
is no
back?
doubt. That should be the shirt for the BDM party, right?
Can we do a Buoy Club now?
You have a boat, motherfucker. We can do anything we want. It's America last time I
You
checked.
could do it for your nude night thing.
But we need a bigger boat.
Hey.
Jaws.
Fucking real Michael Scott's here. I wanted to hug you. That's twice this week I've wanted to hug him. When I gave you the one wheel I wanted to hug you, I was overcome with love.
I think you exist in a state where you always want to hug.
I do. I love him. He's a good man.
I know you do.
I love him.
But there's got to be a reason why this doesn't happen anymore.
We got to bring it back.
What's
we got to
the
bring
reason?
it back.
It's lascivious.
Well, I mean, so it
idea what that
continues.
means.
Michael's got it. He's here. He's fucking here. Let's see here. 3 miles out, there is no doubt. The Buoy Club already had a reputation as a floating brothel. That is what people were saying.
Okay, so there were sex workers.
They started doing a investigation.
That helps sales, by the way. So I don't know.
It does. The agency overseeing the marina where the Canaveral Star docks.
I don't want to be stuck on a boat where old men are stooping the entertainment, and I just got to be sitting there eating shish kebabs or something.
No, but we're rich. From the old men. Brenda, you understand? We're the rich ones. Old men pay us to paying the sex workers.
So they terminated the contract.
We're definitely going to need EJ and a captain's hat for this. The cops will come get us.
Oh, they're going to tase his titties off. So the Buoy Club apparently was on a boat called the Canaveral Star, or it was on the Canaveral Star docks.
Canaveral Brown Star.
And then the Canaveral Port Authority terminated their lease, so they had 30 days to try and find a new place to do this.
Do you have to go out of a port? Can you just pull up on the side of us?
You always have to have a port.
You ready? The word is money. So to get on, passengers paid $100 to get on board.
Yeah, they did.
Strippers pay $75. If you were a stripper, you paid $75 to be on there. The boat was the only. This is brilliant. Boat was the only thing that was like you and I get your boat, right? We say strippers. $75 to come get as much money as you want off these old men.
Okay.
Old men, $100 to come fuck these strippers. And we just let them do whatever. We turn our heads and we turn a blind eye. We're like, we don't fucking care. This ain't us. This is a great idea.
But every once in a while, I'm going to have to go down there with the Russian revolver.
Fire it up. It's a flare gun. No, send me because I'm weak, but I am angry.
Yeah.
I'll slap an old man or I'll slap his face. What the fuck are you doing?
Stand down!
Yeah, I'll do one. This girl said you wanted to hurt spit in your mouth. We don't do that sicko shit, motherfucker. I'll push him over the side or hold him over the side, dunk his head in the toilet.
And then you spit in his mouth.
Yeah. I'm like, you want to we treat our ladies with respect, motherfucker. I'll sick Brenda on you, right? And then you go in there, you're the den mother.
Yeah, you're stomping them.
Start stomping
I do that with a big old bat.
And then we're like,
them all
oh
around.
shit, we killed it all.
And I'll be like, I usually charge for this, but here you go.
And I'm like, take your wig off. We got to chop him up. And you got your wig off, and I'm chopping this old man's body parts up.
We're in the ocean. We just throw it overboard. The fish eat
It's all chum.
Exactly. Now what we've done here today,
we murdered an old man.
3 miles out, there is no doubt.
But
and then we catch the fish that are attracted to the chum and we sell it.
How come you didn't say that? How come you didn't say the business guy didn't even say
Maximize
that?
your investment.
The drag queen said that. The business guy was over here talking about how horny he was getting chopping up an old man. The drag queen was thinking about business.
I'm going to be gagging, putting an old man's finger in the hook.
Yeah, use their fingers. It's easy.
He's the one with the ring on. The shininess attracts the fish.
Okay, hold on. There's more.
That's how I feel about cock rings at the nude beach. Like, why are you wearing cock rings?
There were 14 white couches on this boat,
Too many.
separated from each other by white curtains. You could rent.
Good move on making the couch white, by the way.
That's an advanced move.
Yeah, because the
We'd
black
have gone black couches all day.
Yeah, they were like, fuck.
Yeah, a more private room rents for you could get the couches for $200 an hour, and you could get a room. They had a partitioned off room for $500 an hour. These are charges for empty space. If you want a naked woman, that's another $200.
Okay, so it's literally
it's just a la carte. It's like you want a couch, it's $200. You want a woman with a couch, it's $400.
it's a floating brothel. Yeah. Almost
But
called the W
200's
word.
not that much.
Well, then you have to pay extra
Hold
to
on, there's
the
more.
worker.
In the dance area of the middle deck, the most attractive stripper, big-bosomed, long-legged, reddish hair, wearing purple lingerie, was slumped on somebody's shoulder.
Reddish hair with purple lingerie.
Yeah, it says slumped on somebody's shoulder, seasick, and puking. Other dancers pinched their nipples and bent over provocatively while being tossed by the rhythm of the bad seas. A stripper grabbed me from behind and told me I needed to get going and suggested she'd be my first $20 lap dance. This sounds really gross, but I'm down.
Puking.
It sounds awful. Like you're trapped with these like.
Oh, yeah.
Well, have you ever been on the
Gutter
gambling cruises? You are kind of trapped.
I've never done a cruise.
You've never even been on a casino boat?
No.
Like an offshore, they take you 3 miles and they turn on the goddamn
those
are-
slot
I don't do that.
machines.
Yeah,
Sad.
those are.
No, I'm a homosexual. You know, I need an exit plan. I can't. I'm not going to like voluntarily put myself in a place with no exit.
You do
Yeah.
feel trapped, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I went on one, and I remember after about an hour, I was like, "Oh shit!" And then we had like what? Was it like 3 more hours to go or something?
Yeah.
4 more hours?
Yeah, I don't want to do that idea anymore. Can we just go back to doing the Shakespeare stuff?
yeah.
Tits
Well,
out
it's
Shakespeare.
easier. We don't have to need a big boat.
We don't need a boat.
We'll call it Tits Out Shakespeare.
I love it.
Yeah. But the brothel aspect of it does bring in more money. If we're going to be honest, just, going back to the mafia, like Tony Soprano, like he owned the strip club, but there was more going on behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, the bada bing.
That's where the money came from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do another
voicemail. Here we go.
Hey guys, I got the old snip, and the doctor told me
Vasectomy?
no adult time for a week, and no self high fives for a week. And this week is it's terrible.
It's terrible.
Love
Because
the
I'm
show.
on the show?
No, he means because he can't masturbate.
I know, because I'm on the show.
I don't think, much like you surprised everybody, I think, a couple of weeks ago when you revealed to everybody that it was like 10 days into drinking. You said, like, this is the longest you'd been without drinking. And I think you said something like 37 years. It was something insane.
No, I said 20 years.
It was crazy, but what I heard 37.
I'm 42.
I thought
That's not that long.
I thought I heard 37.
You're longer than that. Now that I do the math, it's a little way longer.
Are you an 82 baby?
Huh?
Are you an 82 baby?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you too?
Yeah, so's John.
No shit.
Yeah.
No way.
You?
I know that. I'm a 76
Are you 42
baby.
yet?
Oh. No.
Oh, okay.
Coming.
So I'm a little bit older.
How is it?
It's fine. It's all the same.
Yeah.
Old age is a shipwreck.
Yeah.
Burt Wilson said
Yeah.
that. He was right. He was right. It fucking sucks. No, what was it? What we were talking about? You said that, and then I was going to counter. Like you had said, masturbation. I don't think I've gone to try and answer the question.
Yeah,
honestly,
that nobody asked.
I don't know. Yeah. No, this guy did. He's asking about.
He's asking how long.
He said it. Well, he's saying it sucked.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been more than a week.
Okay.
That's a long time.
It is.
Yeah.
I think that's the best I've ever done.
Yeah. Like with
And that's for for medical problems or like severe depression, like too depressed to whack it.
Oh, really?
wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, what even is the point?
Just like when it's TMI, but like when when my mom died and stuff,
Yeah.
You don't really feel like whacking it when your mom dies.
All I know is that all the
I was hoping somebody would say that. Finally, a good American.
that'll be part of our cruise.
Write that down.
You telling that story?
I can't wait.
I'll say that, and then you just peek out.
Yeah.
I did a vasectomy, and then I hear a lot
Nobody
of vasectomy
sounds like that, by the way.
stories.
I did a vasectomy.
And
Did it hurt?
It's not that bad. Everybody's a baby about it.
Everybody's a baby about everything. Like when you get your prostate checked, that's nothing.
Yeah, I did a vasectomy. Crystal picked me up, and we went to the Altamont Mall, and I walked around. I didn't put ice on my balls, nothing. I just took it.
I didn't put ice on my balls.
But did you know you're like
They said anytime a doctor says like this is the after, I'm like that's for.
How do they do it?
You know what, the vasectomy?
Yeah.
It was painful at the exact time they were cutting into my balls.
You were awake?
Yes, I was
Can
also
you go
awake.
under?
You can. I didn't know that was an option.
Oh.
I picked my doctor because another guy said, "Hey, I got my vasectomy here," and I was like, "Good enough for you, good enough for me."
Okay, all right.
And then remember I told you, then Crystal read all the bad reviews on the drive there.
I just want to say it's very responsible of you to do that.
What, vasectomy?
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
I haven't done it.
No.
No.
Well,
and I also I want to get it done, but I don't.
It had nothing to do with responsibility. It had everything to do with cream pie.
With what?
Cream pie.
Cream pie.
What do you mean?
That's when you come inside a girl. You cream pie her.
Yeah.
You never
what-
heard that?
Oh,
Well, what
boy,
do you
too.
mean?
You could cream pie a
And you
boy.
wanted to do that and not have her get pregnant.
Yeah.
Correct.
You,
Yeah, that's still responsible.
But also she wouldn't. I would do it without the vasectomy.
Yeah, me too. It's the best thing. It's the best thing.
Crystal.
You also
at
can't
the
tell.
time,
You can't tell.
she's like, this will cause another baby.
But she wants another baby, so you had to.
No, yeah.
She does?
Oh, yeah, she wants one all the time. She tries to convince me, reverse her vasectomy, let's get pregnant. She's baby crazy. She holds the wizard's baby, and she's
I
like,
saw her.
she's
I
sniffing
saw
it.
this over the week. She was holding the baby like it was her baby, and then when the real mother came over,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
didn't want to give it up.
Yeah, that's what they get. Yeah, because she's getting older,
Yeah.
and she sees the end.
Is she in her 40s too?
Oh, yeah. She's older
That's
than
a dangerous game. You had a chance to lie there, and you did not.
She's
That was a
6 months
dangerous-
older than me. She's older.
Yeah.
You only have babies in your 40s when it's an accident. So it's too late. It's
No,
too
but
late.
her mom did it.
No, see, you insulted her mom. I knew it.
And
I don't fucking know.
yeah.
I'm not married to
Anyway, so she knows that she's like, well, it's possible within my bloodline because my mom did it. It's, and
She got them eggs.
Yeah. So anyway,
She should freeze them.
the vasectomy wasn't that bad, and people they're like, I had to hold ice and sit down.
I wanna get it done.
for 5 days.
Does she want a gaby? I wouldn't mind having a kid out there somewhere.
Oh,
I think
got
you'd be
some
an
good
awesome
genes.
dad. You know why? Because you got an awesome dad.
she
I
did.
do have an awesome
So I
dad.
feel like the fact that you had an awesome dad, you also do like.
I
cool
low-key
shit.
think I have a kid out there somewhere. So,
Are you
Could
serious?
could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Could be
Has
with
a
that
cream
British
pie.
old lady.
Yeah. Oh my God. What if you have a little British Brendan running around like with a wig on?
He's got to be old by
I
now,
had a
right?
girlfriend from Zimbabwe, and we fucked all the time. It was crazy. In our teens, like you just do crazy things in your teens.
You can have a little Zimbabwean.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And imagine then they find this clip of me talking about maybe having a kid, and I look like this.
Yeah, this is your dad. You show
gorgeous
somebody in
woman.
Zimbabwe. This is your dad. You show a picture of Brenda.
I like.
Oh my God.
Someone make this Photoshop of a typical Zimbabwe
You're
village,
welcome.
and then one of the kids, pink wig. That is
like a black Oompa Loompa. Like one little.
Sounds
know which
beautiful.
one. I know which one's which.
Look at that drag queen dance. Wow.
Wait a minute.
Let's do one more
Holy
voicemail.
smokes. All right, we did the. Well, this one ties in, man.
All
It's
right.
almost like.
Okay.
I told you fit in, man. I told you, you belong here. This is where you belong.
Thanks.
Hey, Tom and Dan. I'd like to provide social commentary on people asking if you're going to have more kids during small talk. I have 3 boys. They're 12, 8, and 6. Inevitably, people always ask me, well, are you guys done or going to try for that girl? My chiropractor just asked me exactly that question today. My wife and I don't plan on having any more children, but not one of our boys was planned. So I don't really know how to answer when I get these questions. Like, are you asking me if I'm going to keep cream pieing my wife?
This is a very Tom thing to say, right? This is where you find a weirdo person that doesn't understand how to talk to regular humans and just say, I think we're done. You could have ended it. Yeah. You could have just ended it by saying, I think we're done.
I feel like this show just reminds me what it's like to be surrounded by straight people.
I'm sorry.
Straight people are talking.
Boring.
How
so boring.
stressful it is. The social pressure to have more kids.
Also, it sounds like you're going to probably have another kid.
Yeah.
You had 3 accident kids? Who has 3 accidents? Only the third one's an accident.
And he's still doing it.
Yeah.
So, like
every time you're like, oh, shit, you're pregnant. And then you never thought, like, hey, this may happen again.
Yeah, cause and effect, dummy. You know, you're going to come in your wife and then you're going to be surprised that a baby comes out 9 months later? You're stupid.
Like,
that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Wrap it up.
I like that.
Wear a condom.
Or the pull-out.
That doesn't do anything.
That works. Brendan, I used the pull-out with Crystal, my wife, for the entire time from...
I missed the
pull-out. You got 2 kids.
16 years old till
2
27.
kids that we know of.
I missed the pullout. I would rather do the pullout than the come inside, just for doing something different. I'm sick of the come inside.
Because you don't know where it's going to go?
I haven't seen my cum in years.
Yeah. Try the pullout. It's sometimes better than...
I'd like to see what's happening. I don't even know if a lot's coming out. I need to see. I need to check the... It's like checking the oil like on a Honda product.
You know, I'm
a real journalist.
You're going to still do it.
I'll go one step further. The pullout is better than the leave-in.
What do you mean?
Because you have
a condom.
You have an option of where. No, I'm saying the
because you like to see it.
Yeah,
I do like to see it. I do like to see it.
And for the degrading part of it.
I do like to see it. I like for you to clean my filth off of you. Yeah.
I'm putting this on you now.
Yeah. It's like putting nacho cheese on a fat kid. It's like, wipe your face off, you piece of shit.
It's like putting nacho cheese on a fat kid.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah, because if you feed it, it's better than feeding it to him. You slap it on his face.
Yeah, and he can't get it pregnant.
You wanted to eat it, but you can't, you fatty.
That's what I would say. That's what I would say. Yeah. Maybe without the wig.
If you feed it to him, you don't get to see.
Yeah. He might enjoy it if you feed it to him.
Yeah, you put it
on his stomach. You ruin his t-shirt. That'll teach him.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, you want another one? One more?
That's it. The science.
You want one more?
One more.
I know this is your favorite one.
If this is about jizzing in vagina, I don't care about it.
This is Tom's favorite topic, getting into talk radio.
Oh, God.
Someone just said today is great.
Hold on. I'm going to try. Hold on. Here, let's see if this works.
Today has been great.
Hey, guys. Chuck from Michigan here. Just listening to you guys this morning and talking about how you got into talk radio and made me remember when I was younger before I moved to Florida, listening to NPR. Got to Florida, Real Radio went FM in like 92 or 93, I think, and that's where I started my real love for talk radio. I'd be painting by myself most of the time, and it's like listening to somebody talk to me while I'm working. And I remember talking to you and Drew, Dan, when I was painting a hangar up in a lift one night, and it was like crazy windy out, and just talking kept me busy, kept me alert. Remember when Phillips got Jack Bradshaw for the first time? I remember the mornings on Saturday when Russ and Bo bought time, listening to that first broadcast. I mean, it was...
This guy's a lifer.
It reminded me of something that I thought of the other day that had to do with talk radio and podcasts, right?
Yeah.
So
thank you for your voicemail, buddy.
That was nice. He clearly loves radio.
Well, he's been like listening to me and what I've done for just about the entire inception of my career, which is closing in on 30 fucking years.
And
nuts.
And everybody knows back in the day, there was talk radio stations, and that was the only place to get talk radio. And if you wanted to hear humans talk, it was only on the radio, only local. That was the only choice you had. I remember using old mini discs to listen to talk radio because that was the only option. You couldn't download podcasts. This was before podcasts or whatever. Anyway, so in talk radio, it's interesting because it's an art form that is dying because of the distribution. You used to have to fill 4 hours or 3 hours or whatever your block was, right? Yeah. And so filling time talk radio is different than podcast talk. Because podcasts usually way smaller and it finishes when it finishes.
Yeah, they get to
you
the
don't
beats,
have to hey,
it's purposeful, not purposeless.
Yeah, and now and everybody knows that, but so there is no podcast where like this has to be 2 hours. Go
except
every
for
day.
Except for ours.
Well, we're kind of a blend of it.
We're that guy. Yeah, we're those guys.
Yeah, we've been doing the same.
Yeah, we're the only guys I know that will do a segment for ACT and be like, how much longer do we have? 5 minutes? All right, keep talking.
Yeah. There's no need for it.
But I think your listeners like that because they know what they're committed to when they listen to you.
We are a unicorn. We are absolutely unique, and I have yet to find something like us anywhere.
We're 40 minutes every time.
I don't think there's a thing. Well, pretty damn close.
So I don't know if the future, and I'm talking, there's still obviously talk radio, and there's still going to be for a while now. But let's say 20 years from now, are there going to be anything like that where it's the set amount of time and it's people putting a show for hours a day that they have to fill that hours a day? There would be kind of no need for it in the future, right?
Yeah. I mean,
well, I'm just saying like talk radio style.
Like, is there one?
Can it exist 25 years from now? Like our kids. Yes. Will there still be that form of entertainment?
Yeah.
Or would there be no need for it?
The reason I always
the only reason it wouldn't is because the radio stations don't know how to sell anything.
Well, the reason I always say yes is because we always underestimate the ease of radio. And we've known that radio will decline, but just this week we had somebody call in and say, like, do you guys know that there are people that only listen to ACT? And I know we have those people. I know that those people exist. So I think there will always be people that will choose what's the easiest over, like, even if it's a couple buttons to hit. Some people just turn it on and roll.
But not to the point where you can make a business out of it. Because look at the NFL. The NFL is now doing streaming games only. So one of the biggest businesses in the United States is telling you, like, everything's moving to streaming.
Sure.
So then that's what I'm like. So will there be streaming? Like, even I'm not saying
it's different. Radio's different from TV. People love radio. People love that sitting in your car and listening.
Yeah,
at your home. I think you're fine.
But are they streaming it or are they listening on AM, FM?
Oh, like the stream is the thing.
Yeah.
It will always be streamed.
I think the bulk is, but I think there's still a group of people that just love listening to talk radio in their car.
There's still, but will it be 25 years? It's got to.
No, the streams will just.
I don't know.
I think the streams will just overpower all of it. You'll just be listening to a local stream.
So yeah, and not that these.
You're kind of doing that now. Like I think the majority of the listeners. If you're asking me the question of, if the question is to give you an example, do more people listen to real radio that we're on, listen to the stream, or are more people listening in their cars on real radios? And I may be wrong on this.
Radios.
I don't. I disagree.
Stream, I
think it's mostly streams because I use the stream. If I ever listen to any other show,
you're driving on a Tesla. It's the only stream.
I use the stream. No, but even on my phone. Like if I were to listen to like Jim Colbert or something on my phone, like
you have to.
I have to use the stream.
It's
I don't have a radio. So I don't know. It's a good question.
And then I guess it would be the same. You're still putting in commercials, and it's like fill this hours of time.
Yeah.
But then you also could fill it with unlimited podcasts or whatever. Well,
like your job has changed when you first started writing for Bungalower, and like did you think that you would be doing as much video, audio, photo editing as you do?
No. When I took over Bungalower, it was literally a newsletter on the website. Like they didn't even. We had 200 followers on Instagram. Yeah, like it's all.
So it's like
things.
Morphed into something. I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we have to meet those audiences where they are. I still like if you don't feel like you need that live radio listenership, then you don't need to do it. But for whatever reason, both of us have benefited because our shows air on the radio, and our advertisers like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
of course.
our listeners like it because it makes us a little bit more real.
Yeah,
and versus just a podcast,
it's a little more galvanized.
It gives
than
us,
podcasts.
we have. So there's more oomph to our programming because we can say that we play on terrestrial radio.
But to go back to your question,
although they did tell me they can't sell any of our ads on terrestrial radio, they told me that to my face. They're like, we cannot sell any of your ads on terrestrial radio.
What do you mean?
Okay. Nothing can be done.
Like your ads, like your space.
they can't sell the ads on Corporate Time with Tom and Dad. I'm like, weird. They've been around 10 years.
Yeah.
We're doing our 10-year anniversary party this year. And I'm like, I sell them.
Yeah, we sell them pretty.
They can't sell
pretty
it.
actively.
You know.
To go back to your question, though,
Not to talk shit.
I do think we're behind on whether or not. Like, I personally believe, and this is where maybe you and I agree. I think that we're way behind on repurposing the signals. Like the fact that we even have a 104.1 with a tower that still, like, I did think that as soon as we got the stream, and it's like iHeartMedia has an app and you can get every iHeart, like you can get, not only can you get every iHeart station on that app, you can get Drew, who's not an iHeart station. It's just iHeart controls everything, right?
Yeah.
They got their fingers and everything. So you can use that app to get anybody, including
Infinite
us. You can get us. You can get a mediocre time. You can get a corporate time. Everything is on there.
Every
I
show.
don't do that when I hop in my TV. When I hop in my car, I just have it on 104.1. I'm not going to the app.
See, that's the guy. That's what I'm talking. I mean, lady. Apologies. But that's what I'm talking about. It's the ease over. We always underestimate it because I too think, like, I never do that. But there are a ton of people that are just like, boop, easy.
It's easier.
Yeah, it is.
Although I do get into my truck and it just starts playing the podcast I listen to. That's pretty easy.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I start my car, I start driving, and it just auto starts from where I left off.
I love that.
It's pretty easy.
I'll give you one better. Mine is fancy. It'll actually rewind 5 seconds. So getting in and out, you don't miss anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that seems like the future. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I wouldn't even talk about the way you get it. I'm just talking about like doing
Will
it
it
the
be
way
a thing?
it needed to be done. Like, fill this 4 hours because
It's backwards.
That style is different than podcasts. Because like you listen to, it's not even similar really.
Podcast, you have a map and you know where you're going. The radio show, I feel like you're just going and trying to find the map
live.
Yeah,
and then there's segments and stuff, and you're just filling time as opposed to specifically having a purpose.
It's also a vehicle. The radio is like a vehicle for advertising too. So like podcasting, at least, can be like a curated advertising experience.
Yeah,
you know, like,
and then you
like
put
Trixie and Katja. When I listen to them and their video podcasts, they're amazing. RuPaul drag queens. Their ads are just more personal, you know, or like Bungalow, where our ads are often more hyper local.
Yeah, and it just goes into it's less commercially. Yeah, you know.
Sometimes I have to hear this stuff on. You know, I'm going to get kicked off Real Radio, but some of the ads I hear sometimes during our show on air, I'm like, they don't mesh. You know, there's some things that, like, maybe there's a gun show happening somewhere. Like, are you kidding me?
I like gun shows. I also, I don't know if you know this. If you didn't do this, then you're fucking cheap.
Tell me.
I took all my money out and I bought gold, and I stored it all under my bed. No, I've heard the ad you're talking about. I also heard Newt Gingrich tell me that they're out there stealing. I need a title lock to lock the title of my house because they'll take advantage of me. And
Newt told you.
Newt told me I need a title lock.
I'm on Parler. You're
on Parler?
Yeah, just because I wanted to know what the other side was saying all the time. And I get their newsletters. I never go on Parler, but I just keep up with the newsletters. But you're in there
in case you need to go there.
Yeah,
and it's always like you can jump to that side. That's why you always keep a foot in there.
Like Trump knives, coloring books.
I got the shoes. Air Surrections.
Did you get the shoes?
I bought the 45.
No, you didn't.
Fuck yeah, I did.
The gold ones?
I got them on right now.
I looked. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid.
I wish I had them.
I am going to get them for Daniel's birthday.
Oh my God. And then I get to ride your one wheel on with the shoes.
No.
I had a special order, a size 8. Because they didn't even know that men's shoes get that
tiny
small.
Little feet. There he is. Tiny little feet. That's my trump because I can only say beautiful.
Where are you going to be, Brenda? Anywhere?
Oh, man. Yoga High coming up. We have on March 17th, we're doing another street festival, beer festival with Tactical Brewing for St. Patrick's Day.
Nice.
And it'll be a water balloon competition, like a championship, like if you were playing dodgeball.
Oh, really?
Dodgeballs, but it's
Don't
water
get wet.
balloons. That'll be fun. Get nice and wet. I might come with a white T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Weed, yoga, water balloons. You have way more fun than we do.
He's got a wig on. He's like, what are you doing this week, fun wizard? He's got a wig, giant Elton John glasses on. He's like, I'm having a water balloon fight.
Whatever I'm doing,
weed.
and I'll be stoned, whatever I'm doing. We're trying to, there's something I really want to do.
The last event, we stood in the field and a bus took her girls some hot dogs.
We stood in the hot field and my daughter did a cartwheel.
You want some booze? Bus got some hot dogs. Stand here.
And I got something to say about those.
We didn't throw any water
I got something to say
about his hot dogs.
I just want to say 2 words: pre-grilled.
Oh yeah.
There's some pre-grilled out there. Pre-grilled.
What do you do with the rest of them? Because there was a
he's
lot
still eating
left.
them. He's still eating them. I saw.
He doesn't throw stuff out.
He's still eating them. I saw him put them in a backpack and take them on Moe's plane. He did. He put them in a backpack and flew them on Moe's plane.
He's in Key West this week. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's selling them. He's selling the hot dogs at Key West.
It was fun. It's his fault. We went to Jeremiah's Italian Ice sponsored this week's episode of Bungalow in the Bus.
What'd he get? Scoop Froggy Frog? Nerd.
Well, because they're celebrating like a leap year because their thing's a frog. It's a leap year. They're all excited. They're doing some promotions, and so they invited us out because they love John. And then when we were the week it came for us to go do it, he was like, "Oh, I got to go to Key West. I'm going to Key West." And so I had.
What are you
so
gonna
he
do?
didn't even have to go to the show.
Where's he going to go get his dong painted? What's he gonna go to Key West? When does anybody ever say I have to go to Key West? No one's ever said that.
It's a party time.
I want to get next week.
When people say like I have to go to New York, or I have to go to LA, I have to go to Chicago. Nobody says I have to go to Key West.
John does.
Key West time
and he has
is
to go
relaxing.
next week.
It's party time.
Yeah,
you want to.
You get there when you get there.
You don't have to.
No, there's never a have to. Key West is fun.
Sometimes there's a have to.
When you're cutting up an old man on a boat.
Anything else?
I can't remember.
Bungalow in the Bus on Fridays.
Support their show.
Support our show. We love our radio show. We have a newspaper that comes out every month.
Yes,
and
sir.
then every Tuesday I'm hosting bingo over at Tactical Brewing. So come and hang out with me there.
Great beer, great people. The Tactical guys are awesome. Go try their beer and hang out with them and go see Brenda and participate. And Bungalow in the Bus, 2 of my favorite people. I love you guys. It's like two
I enjoy your company as well.
2 of the good ones.
Also, make sure to check out Semantics. Samantha's podcast. She'll be back on Monday.
Yes, sir.
She's got, Always New. You heard about this one.
Yep. Conspiracy podcast for free on her Patreon. And if you throw her a couple of bucks, I'm sure she would absolutely love it.
Yep.
And you should.
All right. We will see you on Monday.
Bye, guys. Thanks for having me all.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
I am so fucking tired of doing podcasts. I'm literally done with them. I'm not doing any more podcasts.